I said, yo, what's up, everybody? I'm Amber. This is Amber's Logic. Got a new video for you today. Milwaukee Bucks trades, rumors, and news. Live edition. Before we get into it, you know the spiel. Comment, like, subscribe, and share this electrifying content with the people. This is just a follow-up live to the very, I would say, emotional live from our previous live with the NBA draft and the departure and trade of Giannis. And emotions were definitely running high. And I think we all felt the way with Giannis leaving. We kind of knew it had to happen. But even with that being said, it still feels a way to see, like I said earlier, the superstar that you've watched growing up from a child become a champion and then leave. You're gonna feel the way, even if you know that it's the best thing for both parties. You're still gonna feel the way, and that's to be understood. And there's other people that feel like the legacy was a bit tainted on the way out because of some of his actions, and I think a lot of this might have been called out by myself and other channel members regarding Giannis's behavior this last couple years. I just think that we just have to understand as a fan base that that situation ran its course. Sometimes that happens in a relationship. You have a good run. It happens in real life. You have a good run with friends, then y'all just fall, just lose contact or whatnot. It happens. It's nothing personal. Sometimes it just happens. And I think that's just what happened with the Bucks. The relationship just ran its course. And it wasn't the best way to go out as well, as far as on the Giannis side, as far as the things that I'm reading in articles and the conduct this last couple of years is was very detrimental to the team, in my opinion. I'm not going to get too much into it because there's other members like Bleacher Report boss and Bshack that we've been going back and forth about that. I really want them to dive into that. But I think a lot of that led to Giannis actually being traded more so than anything else was kind of some of the conduct that was going on with him within the organization and team. I just want to put that out there. Again, I'm a huge Giannis supporter. Love everything he's done for the city, everything he's built. But he did leave on a bit of a sour note. We got to be real with that. He did leave on a bit of a sour note. I just want to put that out there. We're going to get into that. But talking about our future, we do have good news to report that Jericho Sims and KPJ did pick up their player options. Pass, I'll tap you in here shortly, sir. They did pick up their player options. I was very surprised, actually, that KPJ took his player option. I was assuming that he was going to opt out and maybe try to see if the grass was greener on the other side. But that makes us even stronger at the guard position with the return of KPJ. But I do think it's a 1-year rental. I do think he's going to try to play to get a big contract this year, so we'll have to see how that goes. But nonetheless, that makes us stronger. And I did like the development and growth of Jericho Sims over this past season. I'm happy, actually, he opted in, and it's not costing us too much money and gives us depth at the center position. So that's going to be interesting. I'm also hearing rumors, I don't know, Pass can elaborate on that when he taps in, is that Kuzma and Miles Turner are being shopped, from my understanding. That's what I'm hearing. Again, I know Pass be on top of that when he come in, he could confirm. But what I've been hearing and the rumors have been spreading is that Kuzma and Miles Turner are being shopped. I think we're going for a full reboot and youth movement for the Milwaukee Bucks, and I'm all for it. It's time. The whole NBA, all the teams that are winning are young, so why not? Why shouldn't we try to get young and reboot? Also, I want to say that we gave Nate Ament a lot of slack the last live, and doing a little bit more research and looking at some highlights from high school, college. I'll say this, at the very least, he's better than Tyler Smith. That I know for sure. He is definitely better than Tyler Smith. That I know 100%. So, and he has athleticism, he has size, he can shoot from the three. I just think let's just see what happens with Nate Ament. It might not be as bad as people were doom and gloom as people were making it appear with Nate Ament. I want to give him a chance. We know that we got the Swiss Army knife earlier in the 10th pick with Burries, and he should be legit, and that's cool. He like the Derek White style and build a player, and that's cool. But I do think we should have a little bit more faith in Nate Ament. And then we picked up somebody from Trinidad and Tobago. Let me see who that was. It was like Malik Lewis, I think his name was, from Trinidad and Tobago. So, and I'm hearing he's athletic, big wing defender. So we'll see how that works out as well. But I definitely think that we should have a little bit more positive vibes for this team and what's going on, especially after such a dramatic change. And seeing that we're in the East, I don't think things are as bad as they appear. I really don't. And I do think that the Bucks are going to make more moves, and I think that those moves will help us become better and a stronger roster. And from what I'm hearing, Taylor Jenkins is going to be more hands-on with decision making, allegedly. So this could be a whole new regime and a new era of Bucks basketball headed in the right direction and not being not a dictatorship, because I think under the Giannis regime, it was a dictatorship. Is what he says goes. You're signing brothers. You're doing this. You're doing that. And I think now they're retooling. We're working from ground zero and trying to build the organization the right way. And I think that's the approach we should take. We appreciate everything Giannis did, especially the thing I do want to notice. I'm gonna tap all y'all in here shortly. Is that Giannis kept this team in this city. Let's be clear. If it wasn't for Giannis Antetokounmpo, this team would probably be somewhere else. It wouldn't be in Milwaukee. So that alone, we have to give a lot of thanks, regardless of what he did, good or bad, or all the foolishness he was doing on the way out. Giannis is the reason that we still have the Milwaukee Bucks in Milwaukee. We can never forget that. That's very important in his legacy. His dominance kept the team here. We must always be appreciative of that. Yes, he had his faults. Yes, he was acting a fool and a prima donna towards the end of his Bucks tenure. But nonetheless, he is the sole reason that the Milwaukee Bucks are still in Milwaukee. Yeah, you had the Herb Cole making his battle cry and all that, and that's cool. R.I.P. We respect that. But nonetheless, the reason is Giannis Antetokounmpo. I just want us to remember that, y'all. Let me see in the building. I'm going to tap in everybody that's in the green room. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Salute to friends and family. Salute to Bucks Nation, queens of the chat, channel members. What's good? Pickle Luke, appreciate you tapping in. Hey, what up, boy, mommy? Good to see you. Artist, what's good? Appreciate you. What up, EP? BKC in the building. Salute. Hey, what up, Trina? Queens of the chat in the building. Greg Delaney, what's good? Jonathan Porter, what's good, bro? What up, D'Angelo? My boy Jimmy Roller in the building. What's good? Appreciate you. Dre West, what's good, homie? Missed you last live. Would have definitely appreciated some of your insight. What up, Mr. 414? Yeah, we got Markovic, too. We got to consider him, too. I see you in the chat. Salute. Appreciate y'all tapping in. We're going to get into it. I thought we had a really good... What up, Cheesehead? I ain't seen you in a minute. What up? Salute. What up, Patrice? Okay, I see y'all in here. Appreciate y'all. Make sure I hit the like button. Appreciate y'all. Let's get in here. Let's chop it up with the panel here. What up, your boy? Appreciate you. New dude in the chat. Salute. What up, Monologue? Lewis, what's good? Appreciate y'all tapping in. All right, let's tap the family in. Anthony Lacey, what up? I see you. Appreciate you. Let's tap in the family now. We tapping in Pass, Bleacher Report, and the living legend, Mr. Cool. Yeah, let's get to it. Hold on, y'all. Let's get to it. Yeah, that last live was wild. If y'all watched the last live, that was wild. What up? Hey, we got Pass at the top right, Bleacher Report bottom left, living legend, Mr. Cool at the bottom right. Bleacher Report, you good? Thought somebody tried to tackle you from the back or something. All right, so I gave my little monologue. We're gonna start with Pass. Any updated news? How you feeling about everything after you had a couple days to kind of absorb what happened?
All right, I don't care if he's trash. He's still my trash. we are Nate Emmett FC right here. I hope you become a good player. I really do, for the Bucks' sake and for my own sake. That being said, Gary Trent did opt out, so he most likely, I have a feeling, he's probably going to try to go to Miami, and Miami probably will sign him because they need shooters.
Right.
So that's my bet on that. The KPJ thing is interesting. To me, it more sounds like he probably didn't get a good offer outside, and this is probably the best offer he's probably getting.
Wow.
my question is, how are we? We have way too many guards now.
Yeah, that's the thing. With
We have
Cormac, Ryan, yeah, we're extremely guard
Cormac's
heavy.
Still two way, so I'm not really considering him.
AJ
But
Green.
AJ might get shipped out
Okay.
because the thing with AJ is like AJ worked really well because you had Giannis there. So I don't really see the point of keeping AJ if you don't have Giannis.
Mm. Okay.
So that's something there. As for because I'm interested right now, the Burries tape is looking pretty nice. He doesn't have the highest ceiling as the other guards in this draft that got above him. That's the reason why he went 10.
Okay.
But his floor is going to be really, really good.
No, everybody's been very high on Burries. I have to say that there's not one person that said anything negative about our number, and a lot of people, to be honest, are high on the Met.
Really, I mean,
higher than what we were saying. They have
the men thing's weird because like some people, if you ask the pundits, they all kind of like it, but most fans of every team, even the draft team, even the guys who I follow for draft stuff, they don't like this pick at all.
I could get it, but then I would prefer a younger guy than getting somebody that's 25 like Yaxel.
No, yeah, the Yaxel for us made no sense anyway.
Yeah.
Even if you had Giannis, it still would be a bad idea.
You're right. Yeah.
Plus, so when you're getting a guy who's 25, he's not going to get much better.
Right. He is what he is. You're dominating teenagers. That's the way I looked at it.
He went to the perfect place. Because guess what? What's his name? Why am I blanking on his name now? Golden State. They don't play young players.
Yeah.
I was looking it up. Apparently, Way Santos ever. He's 29 or something like that.
Oh.
I thought he was I thought he was like 24, 25.
It's gonna be interesting, but I do think that Trinidad Tobago guy that we picked up, Malik Lewis, I think he's a project.
He's a project, but he's gonna be a worthwhile project. He's something who I'm probably the most interested in.
I will say people have said that was one of our best moves. They said that's one of the best moves. Appreciate you, Tiffy J.
I don't know if Forrest did that move. I'm gonna assume he didn't because it's a good move. But yeah, Gary Trent's out. It's the Sims pickup that he's picked up. His player option is nice.
Yeah.
Gary Harris also has his Gary Harris took up his player option, so he's still here.
That's even more guards to me. I mean, he's kind of small
for playing, man.
Yeah,
he's just there for vet presence. He's not playing.
But I do like that if you do need him, he is a professional. Shout out to Mr. Cool. He'll come in there and give you some quality minutes if needed. If needed, he's a professional.
He'll have a 0 plus minus. He'll just be there. It won't be positive. It won't be negative. It'll be 0. That's good enough.
You're not hurting the team.
Yeah,
you're not hurting the team. Right.
I would have wished he didn't take that player option, but again, that's horse special.
We should also be happy that we moved on from Bobby Portis. As much as we were complaining, we have to be happy about that we did move on from Bobby Portis. A lot of complaining about Bobby Portis, inept play, low IQ. So that's addition by subtraction. I really think we have a chance to start to build something. I'm not saying we're world beaters next year, but I think we're trending in the right direction with the way that we're moving right now, this second. I don't have any complaints right now.
Yeah, so I think Taurean Prince is the next person we're waiting on
to
take his player option. They all have their dates till 29th, I believe, or 27th.
Okay.
One of the two. I think KPJ was 27th, so he's already took his. And then Taurean Prince is the one who also has to still opt in. I think that's all we're waiting for, right? Everyone else is already done.
Yeah, I think Taurean Prince will opt in, another veteran wing guy.
Is Ham still here?
That's a good question. I'm not sure.
If he's here, he's guaranteed to stay. If he's not here, he might be moving. We'll see. But he likes the city, so I don't know.
I wouldn't mind Taurean Prince. I thought when he played he played the best basketball in his Bucks career to me after he came back from the neck injury. That's the best version of Taurean Prince we saw.
I'd only keep him only because you have no wings.
Correct.
So Ahmet by himself, he's gonna be struggling out there.
No, I agree.
He's something there. So
and he can shoot three. He's a 3-and-D guy to me.
I guess 3-and-D is so overrated nowadays, but I guess Everyone's a 3-and-D. You get that label one time, it sticks with you forever, even if you don't do one or the other. There's like
Fact.
four actually. There's actually like four 3-and-D guards here that actually exist. There's only four of them.
Oh, this
Two
is
of
what I
them are.
want to ask too. Then we will go to Bleacher and then Mr. Cool. Do you think we're keeping Ajax?
I forgot he existed on this team. I'll be honest.
Come on, bro. We're not doing that. Come on, man.
He doesn't do anything. What does he do well?
We don't know. He's never really. I mean, we don't know. We don't know. We don't know what he does well.
He the thing he should be doing, he doesn't do. He has no hands. Like, he has hands like a big man, so he's not worth to play. Look, the moment you're in your third season and you're playing summer league, it's over for you.
Come on, man.
It's how it is. If you're still in summer league by third season and you haven't progressed at all with three different
passes showing no empathy,
3 different coaches,
it's true.
It's over. I'm sorry to say this.
So fan base, are we done? Are we done with the Ajax experiment? Is it over?
Yes.
I always felt he had potential as a combo guard defender because he could distribute, run the.
You know who we just drafted his replacement, who does everything better than him.
Yet another horse draft pick that didn't pan out. Shout out to Ajax.
Look, I'll give Horse a little bit because he has the motor at least. He
right.
Can't do the rest of the stuff. Motor can only get you so far. That being said, I'm excited for how this team is. The one thing I really like that he was saying is, I'm really excited how Jenkins is gonna run these young guys.
Yep.
The question is with your guard play, obviously, because yes, the Turner thing and the Kuz thing, they are being shopped. It's only been reported by Fisher, so I don't know how accurate that is, but
it would make sense to me if they were. That would seem off the wall to me.
Turner's a very obvious one. Turner, I think you could definitely get like a late first rounder. The Kuzma thing is what I'm like, who's gonna sign him is the question. The one thing, he's on his expiring.
That's what I'm saying. He's a dead cap space.
But I don't know. Are you gonna get anything of worth from that back? Maybe you might get maybe you might get a second. I don't know. Because this next draft isn't good. There's some players there that are interesting, but it's not anything.
I would just be happy with the free cap space.
That's $20 million right there.
The $20 million would be gone. I would take a second pick to get off of $20 million. Gives us flexibility.
The question is, who's going to do it? Because the young teams who will do it, Wizards are obviously not going to do it.
Right.
They just is it going to be Utah won't do it? Is it going to be Brooklyn? Oh my God, Brooklyn, dude, Kuz and MPJ. That's a terrible. That is something else. You're gonna hear the worst.
That's the thing, though. I don't know who to take it, but I do think we need to move on for both of them as well. Okay. We need to go with a full blown youth movement for this team. Let's just do the full reboot. Young guys, y'all get out there, figure it out. You got the young coach. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, Jaime is good as a 6-man. I would try to see if you can move off.
So would Jaime be the Bobby replacement?
Yeah, he's a much better Bobby.
Okay,
he's actually good at his job. Look, that's the one thing I'm excited about this trade. That's the one biggest thing. That's probably the biggest thing I'm excited about this trade is that he is finally gone. He had to torment Giannis because he had to still go with him, but he's gone.
But we said though after the blow up with Miles, actually he might have been wrong for doing it, but was telling a lot of truth from what I'm understanding from other articles.
Apparently, Miles was lying. He wasn't even telling the truth. You just an op for no reason. Just lying for no reason.
We just knew that, but the whole thing with him and Miles, we just knew they had to go. To me, both of them should go. We need to get all of that energy off of the team, in my opinion.
It's pretty obvious. A lot of the team did not like Miles.
Right. I don't think they liked each other, to be honest. There was no continuity on this team this past season. There was no handshakes and dapping or funny dances. It was none of that. It was just like a job, and it looked like it.
Like each other. Some of them did.
Some. But it wasn't like before.
I'm positive Giannis still likes Bobby. He might, because like you would have told him to trade him a long time ago if you really
Right.
liked him.
But that's also why he brought Bobby along, because he was loyal.
No, I think it's just more so that he's the more valuable player for the Heat anyway.
Yeah.
So like he needs something. I'm not big on where if he's there. If he works out, he works out.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't really expect much. I'll be if you can fix that motor, try. But fixing things like that are unintangible stuff is
Yeah,
pretty
it
much
is. But
impossible.
he's very talented though. He has a lot
Yeah,
of talent.
you know who's also very talented? DeAndre Ayton is pretty talented for what he is, and look look at what he is right now. There's a reason why DeAndre Ayton went up that high as a pick. It's not like yes, yeah, Luka should have been higher than him, that's for sure. But even still, he was still a pretty good prospect.
No,
Problem is if you have
that's
that
fair.
motor, it makes a huge difference. If you
That's a
don't have
good
that,
point, Pass. That's a great point. No, that's a great point. Let's go to you, Bleacher. I know you've been chomping at the bit. What's good, Bleacher? Tell me how you feel. I know you've read some articles and whatnots. So what's your feelings, sir?
Yeah, I know some people don't want me to say anything about Young, but I gotta say, it was when I read the article, I kind of, I'm like shaking my head, like,
If you want to give some background on the article so the friends and family know what's going on, go ahead, Bleacher.
well, apparently they were saying that Giannis wanted his brothers on the team that we already knew about. It was also saying that he didn't really care for Doc being on the team that much. He didn't really think he's gonna push him, and he's pretty much Giannis. It was pretty much two Turners on the team. It was Snitch Turner and it was Ike Turner. And Giannis is Ike Turner at this point. He was just turning. He was all animates in him, man. He was slapping us around, just doing what he wanted to do. And it wasn't. It's and I understand that John Horvath's not happy with the article, but it was a lot of telling in that article that for you wanted things go your way, you wanted players come in, you wanted things run your way, and how many times you come on this live and just say that something's not right. We kept saying it every live,
Mm-hmm.
something's not right with this team. And the last couple of days, I've been sad about it, but like I'll say, last night I was thinking about it. I'm like, you know what? I really love this trade. Thinking about everything in that article, and I thought about the trade that the Bucks did. It's first I'm gonna give John Horst flowers on the trade because he got everything from Miami. He gutted Miami for everything pretty much. I was thinking about the players that we got from Miami. Some
Drafted.
players I was kind of confused, like, wait a minute, that players on our team? Because I wasn't really looking at all the players that we
Mm-hmm.
got. I was just, I knew we got Hall, whatever. But when I actually look at the players, you actually look at who we got, it's a more of defensive players than I thought of. Or
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, whoa. And I really was like, wait a minute, we really gonna probably turn this around because the East is really not looking that good. You see what's going on with Detroit. They're gonna lose their center pretty soon
Mm-hmm.
because they're not gonna sign him back. And those rumors about us trying to sign back, trade Hero. I'm like, no, keep Hero at this point for this year. See how it goes,
Right.
and then you get your investment. I think, like I said, this is the first time in John Horst's career that he can run a team without worrying about what a player says about it. He got to worry about doing his way because we don't believe in you. You got to prove us wrong. I just didn't think that he just lived on one player. He has not drafted very well either. But I love the picks that we had, but at the same time, it's going to time to tell, see how they run the team because I mean, Jenkins is a good coach, and I know he did with Memphis, but it's just like I want to say he's going to be doing great, but
Mm-hmm.
also I'm like, it's opportunity. The East is really ain't that strong. And we say it over and over. The East ain't that strong, and now Detroit look like they don't look right. They get rid of players off their team. Isaiah Stewart got traded away. Another guy got traded to the Thunder. I'm like, man, we got an opportunity. If this team can actually run as a team and run plays, I think we can do something this year. But it's gonna take some time
Mm-hmm.
for the Bucks to get used to these players and get rid of this culture and everything. But I mean, it's just the article and everything with Giannis, I just was just upset about how it ended. Do I respect what he done for the team and the league? Yes, I respect what he done for Milwaukee. Yes, I always will love and respect him for what he done for the Bucks, and I would never ever question his heart desire what he done for that. I just think that once he won that championship, from the article, he didn't care anymore. He wanted all that stuff he said he wanted not to do. He ended up doing it. So I just wish, when you win championships, you won't be hungry to win another one. I just think that he was hungry to win another one, but it's the way it goes. It was bad luck. It was a lot of bad luck. It was just a lot of bad luck, a lot of injuries. Day one probably be gone that he didn't tear his Achilles. It was a lot of stuff that we already knew. That's the thing that I kind of laughed at. We already knew it, but we wasn't in the building. But we knew what was going on. But it didn't take a rocket scientist to see that. Just for right now, I'm gonna let Mr. Cool go and let him go because.
Hey, but 1 second, Bleacher, Mr. 414. That's the only thing that I've been thinking about with Ajax. That's his saving grace. Maybe Jenkins could find a way to use him, but if he can't, maybe we give him one more year and then he's gone. But man, it's hard to give Ajax to have more chances than anybody over the last couple years to stay on this Bucks roster. So I don't know, but I feel you though, Mr. 414. But damn, man, how many opportunities Ajax need to prove that he could do something to help a team and make an impact? He's started multiple times. He's come off the bench. He's been DNP. Like, he's gone through the whole gambit, and we still don't know what he is. I don't know. Maybe we just got to cut our losses. I don't know. Mr. Cool, it's on you.
Well, I am always, at least I try to be, looking forward and not backwards.
Right.
I just don't care what happened now. I just don't. Whatever happened, it happened. We are in a new day, a new dawning, a new future. We got, I believe, some really good young players. I know I have talked about my background in training players and working with players and coaching players. It's a long, extensive background. I'm not saying it to brag or anything like that. I'm just telling you what I've done. So what I've been doing the last few days is looking at video of all these guys over and over on YouTube, pulling up all the videos of all the players we traded for and then the guys that we drafted. We got some talent here. We picked up some really good, talented players. I don't care about Ware's motor. That dude has got some skills. He'll get a motor. He'll get a motor. That'll happen because, one, he's young. And young guys can change. And they get older, they start figuring it out. That guy's still set for a big man. I'm watching stuff. I'm like shaking my head at how good he is.
We wanted to draft him a couple years ago. I forgot who we drafted instead of him. I can't remember, but he was high on our list.
Who? AJ Johnson.
Oh, AJ Johnson. That's right. Who's barely
the guy who looks 13.
Right. Go ahead.
Who's not in the league right now.
My point. Go ahead, Mr. Cool.
He's not in the league?
No, he probably won't be. No, he's still technically signed, but he's not going to be here. So.
Barely.
Oh, he's not getting minutes on the Wizards when they were tanking last year. It's over.
Go ahead, Mr. Cool.
And the little guard, I can't pronounce his name, that we got by me, who they were holding out on apparently, that 19, 20-year-old guard. That kid is so skilled. I'm watching these highlights of this guy. I am just stunned at how skilled that kid. I can see why they held on to him and didn't want to throw him in the deal. And that was one of the players that was holding up the deal going through because the Bucks wanted him. And I can see why. Really talented, great future in this guy. We got some young players who got really good futures ahead of them. Now, look, they're not all going to hit. For the majority of hits, we got something here.
Agreed.
These guys were first-round draft picks from Miami. They weren't like some bums. So we picked up some really good players. You know, I'm not to mention Tyler Hero's been an all-star. So I just love what we're doing, where we're going, our new coaching staff. To me, everything is looking good for our future. And I mean quickly.
Mr. Cool?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I recently I forgot what I was gonna say about about how the NBA now from back then, because of the second apron, my personal opinion, I think somebody getting a max deal is going to be rarity because now how teams going to be ran, you won't have minimum deals and not have so much money going because of the second apron. Because superstars, it's going to
good point.
really prosper. So the Bucks got a huge chance right now to run this right and have not big deals, but multiple players run them in. You know how the Brewers do it and how the Packers do it. They try to not have too many big players. You have one power cap goals because what do you think the Seth Apron is going to reel more teams to do have two superstars on a team because it's not looking good for the future for having repeat champions because you cannot have two superstars on the same team with a salary with max player deal. What do you think about that in school?
And that's exactly what's going on in the NBA. People, when they get signed to pay these guys, nobody wants to pay these max contracts out because, for one, at their age, are they going to last 4 to 5 more years?
Right.
And you give them a max contract, and so then you're stuck. I mean, look at the San Antonio Spurs. They're stuck now with Fox. He's got $260 million more in his contract guaranteed, and they don't even need him to start right now. Okay, they got players that are better than him, and yet
that sounds crazy, but it's very true.
It is. It truly is. Now, I want to get back to the Bucks real quickly because I know we be on the front office hard.
Right.
But Paz, you can help me with this. My understanding is because of the way they structured the deal for Bobby Portis in this trade, gave us this big trade exception of $25.5 million for our trade exception. Yeah. Meaning we can sign a player that don't affect our cap, don't affect anything, and we have $25 million to spend on that. That's what I understand is what happened with that deal. Is that true? Yeah. That's what I heard.
Yeah, pretty much.
In red.
Yeah, pretty much. That's how.
Okay, John Horst. Okay, let's get the likes up for John Horst.
It makes sense where we are since you're essentially rebuilding, so you have to do that. If you need to take on some bad contracts, let's say Portland somehow gets really good, right, and they need to get off of Grant's contract, you can take that in and be like, hey, yeah, give us 2 picks, we'll take them off for you.
Yep.
Or Raptors, right? These are teams that will very easily do that just to get off their bad contracts. Raptors will absolutely do that for what's his name? For Pearl.
Mm-hmm.
So Raptors young talent, fantastic. They're vets, not so much.
Hold on 1 second. Let me get these super chats. We go back to you, Mr. Hold on 1 second. Jay Stizzle, appreciate the $10 super chat. We finally get to truly develop young players and get true potential out of players. Something we haven't been able to do for years and years. We may have another star on the team right now. Wow. Facts. Salute. One more here. Oh, Wisco, what's good? Appreciate the $10 super chat. I said, yo, we'll be all right, Bucks Nation. Facts. Facts. Salute. Appreciate the $10 super chat and the support. Salute. I agree. I like the positive vibes. It was a little bit of doom and gloom last live. I like the positive vibes. Salute. I definitely like the positive vibe. But go ahead and finish what you were saying, Mr. Cool. Then we go back to pass.
Okay. And then real quickly on our vets that we have on the roster, I'm not in favor right now of moving any of them, only because I just want to give our young guys an opportunity. You still need a few of these vets around to just kind of help them until we can hand it over to them. I don't want to move Miles Turner, not me. That's just how I think right now. Let's look at Ware. Let's work with Ware. Let's try building him up, getting more confident, getting used to a new system, new place. And then in short order, we can move Miles Turner. At the trade deadline, you can move him, you can move Kuzma in, and you can move
AJ Green, whoever.
Yeah, at the trade deadline. But at least what that does is allow our young players, especially our rookies, to have a chance to get acclimated. You just don't want to throw them to the wolves because they could get overwhelmed if they don't play as well. And you guys are talking about Gary Harris, but you know what I like about guys like that? They can help guide these young guys because, as you say, he's a professional. And young guys don't have a lot of questions. Even if he ain't playing, if he's the kind of guy that could be that leader of the third string, 14, 15 player and help encourage our young guys and direct them and teach them, that's all positive thing. That's all positive. Now, if you don't want to play that role, get rid of them.
Right. We could eat that. We could eat his money.
Yeah, but $25 million, they said, is an exceptional amount of exceptional money that the Bucks were able to maneuver like this.
Right.
I think that's just great that they did that, because that kind of eats up that money we lost the Dame trade.
Boom.
So we could actually come in here now and pick up a really good player.
We could pick an impact, right? And that's an impact player. You got $25 million. That's an impact player, immediate impact player. So,
or
and I think
yeah.
So I think we should keep that in our back pocket. We're not expected to do much this year anyway, and then just see what we could get maybe in the buyout market.
Exactly right. So, and like Taz was saying, somebody just may want to move a player, and that guy maybe can come in and have what we need. So that gives our team time to evaluate, assess, see where we're at. Our coach see what we got, what we need, and now we got flexibility. We're nowhere near luxury tax, nowhere near the aprons, so we're in really a good shape right now.
No, I agree. No, hey, Mr. 414, we still got Pete Nance. He's still in the mix, but I think of more Pete Nance as a role player, somebody coming off as your seventh or eighth man. That's what I think Pete Nance is. But he'll give us solid minutes. I think 15 to 17 minutes for Pete Nance, he'll be extremely effective. Anything over that, I'm not sure. But about 15 to 7, I think he would be extremely effective in that amount of time.
But the most important thing, and then I'll be done, is Taylor Jenkins.
Facts.
The guy is absolutely brilliant. I don't mean good. He's brilliant. He knows exactly what he's doing. He knows what needs to be done. He knows how to get these players better. He's going to put them in a position to be successful. Guys, we're going to be good. We're not going to be great, but we're going to be good this season coming up. Firmly believe that. I think there's enough weapons there that we'll be an effective team. You know, you got to think about this on a 2-year instead of right away.
Yeah, 2-year. Yeah, 2-year thing. Yeah, I agree.
And then those guys come back with their confidence, and I'm glad KPJ signed.
He'll help too.
Whatever happens, the guy can play. He can flat out play.
But KPJ has something to play for also, because he doesn't have a contract going into the next season. So it's like, hey, he's going to give us the best version of himself and maybe play himself into a long-term contract with the Bucks. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I do think that people need to be cognizant that when you're going through this type of change, that the roster is going to look hodgepodge. You're not going to see a clean roster right now. We're acquiring pieces, and then we're going to see how they fit with the coach, and then we'll start to move people around. This is nowhere near our final roster. I think there will be multiple moves before the regular season starts to refine this roster. And I just don't want people to be concerned because I got a couple of mess. Man, we got all these guards on. I was like, hey, this is what happened. We just traded our best player for a whole bunch of other players. We got to let the dust settle, see what we have. Let Taylor Jenkins evaluate the talent of who he actually wants to keep, and then we'll start to slowly ship people out. That's exactly what's going to happen. So I just want friends and family to be patient with the roster. We're going through a transition. Nothing is going to make sense right now because everything has happened right now. So just give it a little time, and let's give Taylor Jenkins a little bit of leeway here, runway, along with Horst under this new regime without the cloud cover, and let's see what happens. So I just asking for friends and family to be a little patient with the process. I think we're so used to being successful for the last decade of playoffs and all that, it's hard to understand this swing of change. But we'll be all right, though, y'all. We'll be all right. Dante Flitt. Right, hold on 1 second. Dante Flitt. I got the $2 super chat. Braden could be rookie of the year. Wow. You heard it here. Okay.
You got tough competition.
Yeah, but I like the confidence in you, Dante. Salute. Go ahead, Mr. Cool. Then go to pass. Go ahead, Mr. Cool.
One last thing which always comforted me because I experienced it personally was I was an assistant coach at a small college, and we had our best player was just a great player, but his attitude sucked, and I mean it sucked. We had to meet all the coaches together to decide, do we let him go and move on forward without him, because we had a pretty good guy we thought to come in to replace him and who had a great attitude. The question was, do we get rid of this guy who was just an absolute terror offensively, but he just was a headache, caused problems, and I'm not comparing that to Giannis. I'm just pointing out, once we got rid of that player, our team took off, and we became a really, really outstanding team, went to the Final Four nationally.
Wow, okay.
But we were scared to make that move to get rid of him because he was such a good talent, but he was so disruptive. So all I'm saying is once you remove some chaos and you get a sense of order and organization and structure, you can do a lot if all the players are on the same page on one accord. You know, and when we won it in 2021, that's how our roster was. I mean, everybody played together. It was kind of really a good team thing where they all played together. But we had a lot of older veterans, you know, guys that have been around a little bit. So that's why I think Giannis had to respect his teammates because those weren't some young rookies or young players. Those are guys that had been around a while. Rick Lopez had been around a while. Middleton definitely been with him all the step along the steps of the way. So that's why it worked out well, and that's why I think we can build right here, right now, what we have. So I really do have to leave because I got Bible study in the morning. I got some stuff I need to do.
All
gentlemen.
right, appreciate you. Hey, appreciate you popping in, Mr. Cool. Much love. All right, Mr. Cool. See.
All right, take care.
Salute to Mr. Cool. On you, Pass.
Yeah, like Mr. Cole was saying, the cap space is pretty good. I don't know about the actual number because the trades aren't official till July 6th, I think.
Okay.
So we don't have the rookie contracts in, and we don't have heroes and all that. It was coming in and out. But keep in mind, heroes the one that makes the most at 33 million, right? And then everyone else is making pretty much nothing. The one who makes the most is Jaime. He's making like a little bit under, like slightly under 6 million.
Oh, okay.
Ware is making 4.6.
Oh, these are very reasonable. Yeah, those are reasonable contracts.
Cass is making less than Rollins right now at 3.8. So like these are good contracts. The main guy who's probably gonna have of those. Burry's gonna have like decent because he's a first round pick. He's also lottery. So same with what's his name?
Nate Ahmed.
Yeah, Ahmed will be slightly lower, I think, because I think they do slightly different. I'm not quite sure on that. Don't quote me on the rookie thing. Because the rookie thing I never looked at because we never had to deal with it.
Right. We never had to deal with. Right. Yeah, this is a huge change for everyone. Yeah, this is a huge change for the fan base, definitely.
Yeah, but so like if you move up from Miles Turner, right, that's 26 million right there. If you get someone for like 20 something a year, that's 6 million saved. Ajax has his player option. He doesn't have a player option. He has a team option, which means we can waive it.
I have a feeling we'll probably waive it.
Yeah, that's 2.5 million right there.
So we're in a really good space financially. Like, we got to look at all the positives, friends and family. We got draft picks. We didn't have any draft picks. Now we got draft picks. We had two picks in this year's lottery. We got financial freedom now. We're in a good space. We just need to take advantage. Right, Pass? That's where we're at right now. We're in a good spot. We just need to make sure we're progressing in the right way.
What can be a problem later on, it's not going to be a problem right now, but the Dame thing can be a problem when these guys do get older and you would have to pay them. Mainly a Rollins, mainly a Cass, mainly, or like Ware if you still decide to keep him at that point. The two guys you should focus mainly on. You should focus on Cass for sure. He's gonna be. I would run him with Rollins.
You said you would or you wouldn't?
Would.
Okay.
But I think it's kind of tricky to see who's gonna be the starter. Just what we're doing with Hero, what we're doing with what we're gonna do with Hero, what we're gonna do with KPJ now since he opted in. So like those two guys.
What are we doing with AJ Green? I mean,
AJ Green's probably not gonna start because if our thing is right now is what they were a lot of them were saying was Jenkins was also saying this too is that they want to play more with size. So I don't think we're gonna see that 3-guard lineup like we were seeing all last year.
I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it worked last year, but the one good thing about this thing, I don't gotta worry about rebounds at least.
Yeah, true.
That's the first thing I know he's gonna be like that. Jenkins is gonna be on. It's like you gotta make sure to crash the boards, get as many rebounds as you can.
That's a huge that was a huge problem last year was crashing the boards. That was a huge problem. Rebounding in general, offense and defense. Let's be clear. Yeah, it wasn't just one. It was both.
The one good thing, Ware is pretty decent at that. So there's that. So you don't gotta worry about. You could run depending on how long Miles is here, you could run him with Ware at the 4 probably.
And
No,
where can
center.
stretch the floor too? Where can shoot the three?
Yeah, you essentially have two stretch bigs pretty much.
Right. Right. I'm just really excited to see how things are gonna proceed, especially with Taylor Jenkins. I think a lot of us have faith in Taylor Jenkins. He at least has a background of really helping young players. So I think I'm very optimistic for right now. I'm very
Oh,
optimistic.
I completely forgot the
Uh,
second round pick as well.
yeah, Malik
I
Lewis
heard,
from
yeah,
Trinidad and Tobago. Shout out to my barber,
his
Trinidad and
athleticism,
Tobago.
his athleticism, he has something there. It's
Okay.
gonna take some. He is a project, but if it works out, you might have something there. He has like Giannis level athleticism.
I've heard. Yeah, I've heard.
Yeah, he's not the same player, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
because if he was, he would have gone much higher. He would have been second round pick.
Right. Right.
But he's very raw. You have something there though, so I am excited. We have a lot of summer league games this year too,
And I
and
think that's for the best.
they're also on prime time. We're getting those ESPN games. We're getting those prime games because we're playing during we're playing both times. We're playing the ones that they do in what's it called? The one on July 6th, I think it
Okay.
is, in California, and then you're also doing the other one afterwards in Los Angeles
That's good. I'm happy
Vegas.
about that.
So
I'm
you
happy
got both
about
of
that.
those right there. Yeah, Bogo is still there too. Be honest, I don't really think there's gonna be anything there because the problem with the MVP thing that he got, I also looked at who also got it before him. Luka's your highest level. He's not that level.
Uh-huh.
The guy before him, I think, was Jovic, who is looking kind of bad right now, especially with that contract he has.
Right.
And I think also who also had it was what's his name? Who's that guy on? Oh, I remember now. The guy who had cancer, who's on OKC, who
Oh
just never
damn.
got playing. Yeah, he just never had
I know
playing
what
time. But like, you can't really do much about that.
Right.
Like your health is way more important. Like, so that's pretty much the thing. But even his floor wasn't that high either. The one thing is he's smart. That's the one thing I also saw from Nate as well. From watching his interview, seeing how willing he is to be coached, he's
IQ.
at least he's a smart guy.
Right.
Like it's not like you're going with a Kuz thing where like you can tell this guy looks kind of you can tell this guy's kind of tough. It's not the same thing. There's some intelligence there. You actually have a adult as your coach now. You don't have someone who's gonna be like you don't have someone who's asking for
Did you just say
90K.
now we have an adult as a coach is
We do.
diabolical?
What coach? What other coach does? Dude, if your coach told you, yeah, the best player I ever had was this other MVP guy, and not you, I'm gonna feel some type of way. You're the same coach that says that care more about golfing.
Right. Then your team. I want Cormac Ryan to still be here, Bshack. That's the thing. We have a lot of players we do want here, but they all play the same position. That's the issue.
Cormac's still on the two-way, so he'll still be here.
It'll still be here. Okay.
Yeah, I think we have one spot available still. We signed another guy on a two-way, I believe, who's unrestricted.
Is it Mark Sears on a two-way?
No, he's out.
He's out. Okay.
Yeah, he's been out a while. He's not going to be in the league. He's too small.
Wow.
There's a reason why. What was his name? Tyler Tanner hasn't been anything. I didn't see a single word about him last year. This whole draft.
Wow.
Tyler Tanner was even worse than Mark Sears. Tyler Tanner was like 5'7", man. I don't know. Salute to you that you got it this far, but man.
Facts, Leo S. Facts. Damn, everybody's saying the same thing. AJ Green was only here for Giannis. If Giannis isn't here, then there's no point to have AJ Green. Wow.
AJ Green's a good player. It's kind of pointless to have him if you don't have the guys who fit around him. You don't have that guy who's there.
Free quarterback. We got a lot of players that need to be free. That's the thing. We need to see what's what.
Guards,
we got so many guards, Bshack.
There's so many guards. I'd much rather us prioritize the younger guards.
I agree.
Prioritize Cass. I might prioritize the rookies. Ryan as well. Those are the guys who you should prioritize more. So they're much younger. You can see something there.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
What? Cormac is what, 28?
Somewhere in there. Yeah, I know he's
Yeah,
not
so
young. I do know that.
he's
Yeah.
not really. You're not really gonna. You know what he is. You know, like he'll be a good piece for someone, but again, same thing. Like if you make a contract for him, see if someone wants to take him. If you get something out of that. I like him as a player, but again, it's just because of the age of where we are. I personally just would rather just go straight.
Right.
Oh, he's in 2027? Okay. Okay. This is about Tyler Tanner. I thought he was coming this year. Okay. That makes sense then. That's probably why I didn't hear anything about him. But yeah, I'm excited. A year without drama. It sounds pretty good.
It does. I'm just happy we had, like you said, we got an adult coach now. We got a coach that has a plan, an itinerary, an agenda, and I think we have a team now of players that are going to be receptive of what he's trying to put out there. I think we have a young team. They're all like sponges now, so I think we got the right coach for that to get them on the right track. I'm really confident. Like I said, I'm not saying we're going to the playoffs right away, anything, but I think you will see much better all-around basketball from the Milwaukee Bucks this upcoming season than we did last season with more talent. I think you'll see this team play hard. I think you'll see this team achieve more than you expected.
I feel like we'll be the same spot where we were last year, but in a much better feeling.
Yep. I agree with that.
I think we will be around a playing team, maybe 11, which is fine because you don't own your pick, so you don't want to be bottom of the barrel. You can't afford to do that.
Right.
You don't want to give Pelicans or Atlanta. I think Atlanta. Who else owns it? Is Atlanta as well? I think.
I think so.
For Atlanta, you don't want to risk that. You want to, especially since Atlanta is going to be probably around like the 5 seed, maybe like 6.
Yeah, probably. No, Atlanta's definitely playoff bound. Top 7. Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I really don't know where the ranking's going to be in the East because everything's not shaped yet.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know what's going on with Brown and Boston yet. But that relationship's done.
Yeah, that's done. Shout out to No Strays. Yeah, that's your team.
I think he's still here.
Oh yeah, he here. Don't worry. He been talking crazy.
You ain't safe either. You struck out Giannis. You should have offered Hugo.
Right, you should. Right, you should. Hey, you know what was funny when No Stray said? Hey, No Stray said Giannis blocked Dame from going to Miami just to go to Miami himself. I thought that was hilarious.
No, a lot of Heat fans have been saying. A lot of Heat fans have been saying that actually.
That's hilarious.
I will say this to Heat fans: a lot of them are saying the things that we've been saying for the whole time. I'm like, you guys just see this now?
Right. That's
no one really pays attention to us, do they?
I can't wait to see a podcast video for the Heat.
Right.
He ain't doing. He don't care. He just sitting there. He's sitting out again. I can't wait. And I'm gonna look at you.
The one thing though is I did see the report. I don't know how realistic it is because I don't know how good of a report. I don't know how in tune Ramona is, but she was saying that none of his brothers will be signed to the Heat.
Yeah, I saw that too. I saw that.
Again, I don't. It's just because who's reporting. I don't know how accurate it actually is.
Yeah, I've been seeing that.
I mean, I doubt it.
You know,
maybe yeah. You also don't even need to sign them. I don't know why.
Bshack, we love Ryan Rollins. He's the next superstar in the NBA. I'm not gonna let you get at him no more. We standing with Ryan Rollins. Bshack.
No. I think Rollins will be fine. He'll be alright.
He'll be alright. Bshack always at Ryan Rollins.
And what did we say? What did you bet on me with the 20 points per game?
Yeah, 20 points per game. Right.
It's set. The ball is in his hand.
Literally, to an extent, with him and KPJ.
We'll see with KPJ because it's not guaranteed he'll still be here. He may sign the contract, but it's not guaranteed. Right now, sure, but again, I gotta see. We won't know until whatever the lineup startup is, if they're starting both of them together or not. I'm assuming Rollins is probably going to start because he's been starting all year last year.
Right, yeah, he'll definitely start.
KPG will probably start, but then that question is who else is starting there.
And we haven't talked about Usman Jang at all either. That's another player. That's another player.
I'm giving up on him, man. I don't know.
I
I
think
guess.
Usman. I believe in Usman Jang. We haven't been talking about him, and I love to see what he could do under the leadership of Taylor Jenkins, because I feel like Usman Jang has Pippen like ability.
What?
Like, as far as what he can do, I think he's long, he can shoot, he can defend. I think he has ability. We didn't know Pippen was gonna be Pippen his first couple years. It took time to develop. I'm just saying his raw ability. He has a lot of raw potential. I think if it's groomed properly, that Usman Jang can be a player for us.
He's gonna have to bulk up for that, and I don't know if he's gonna actually do that.
Okay. Yeah,
So because he's good defensively on the perimeter,
correct.
but he doesn't do the things you want him to do as a wing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm. That's what I'm
But I
like.
believe that's something that can be taught.
I guess. I mean, yeah, going to the gym, you don't really need to teach that. You just need to go to the gym and get stronger.
Correct.
You can.
Correct.
You got the resources now. The question is, it's up to you to do it. But it also means you also got to make sure his body's capable of doing it.
Right.
Not
That's true.
everyone can. Not everyone can build up muscle pretty easily. Depends on the person.
What is he talking about? Hold on. James Moore, so let's talk about the young foreigner Miami didn't want to give up to, but had to if
Oh,
they wanted Giannis.
yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yes, yes. Cass is
Cass, yeah.
he's one of the few guys I'm really interested in. I think he's probably the best player from the deal that they gave us.
Wow, that's high praise. That's high
I'm
praise.
I'm really interested in what he can bring us. I would like if we had Pele as well, but I understand why they didn't want to trade him, especially now seeing how their roster is. He, I have high hopes for him. Maybe I think his ceiling is probably high level role player.
Hold on
Like,
1 second. Hold on 1 second, Pat. Appreciate the $2 super chat. I'm away. What the vibes look like, Sister Trey. Appreciate the $2 super chat, Truth Teller. I think it's positive. I think we knew that relationship had run its course, and we're just moving on to the future. We got new coach, new young guys, and we're amped about seeing what they can do. But we wish
yeah,
Giannis the best. That's really what it is. Go ahead, Pass.
yeah. So I'm interested to see how he will be. My thought is more so like high end role player. Maybe you could sneak in one All Star. I doubt it. I don't think that's realistic.
Okay.
But like high level role
And
player,
that's not a bad thing,
that's
though.
no. That's good to have.
Yeah, you need those on your team.
So like you could definitely see like the maybe not a Derek White level, but
Mm-hmm.
maybe a not even a Mikal Bridges level, but like somewhere like right under below that, like maybe like a how what's his name? What's a good comparison for him? Let's say I don't know, maybe like a Pods. I would
Okay.
say so like a
Okay.
really good role player that you would like to have on your team is what
A
I
glue
think.
guy. A glue guy.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, I
and
get it.
like you would trade him for the right package, but you would like to keep him most likely. That's where I would put him as. But that right now, the only person I would say probably has star potential on our team is probably Rollins.
Mm-hmm.
You can make the case for where I personally don't see it, but I can understand why some may. And that's pretty much it at the moment.
Oh, okay. ALOL said Cash should be our backup point guard this year. Do you think that?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Pretty easily. I mean, he has to
Okay.
be.
Okay.
Again, it depends on what Jenkins is doing. If he's going to run Cass with Rollins on as a starter, or if he's going to run him as a backup, he'll probably start as a backup most likely. I'm leaning more and more since KPJ signed. I'm leaning more towards and also. Oh wait, I keep
Did
forgetting
you want
Heroes.
KPJ to resign? Did you want him to opt in?
No, only because I just want to run. I just want to go straight onto the youth movement.
Right.
KPJ is young, relative, but he's old. He's over the 25 limit, so
Mm-hmm.
that's why I didn't want to keep him. Plus, I thought he would get something somewhere else. He's
Right.
clearly wrong about that because if he got an offer somewhere else, I assume he would have took it.
Yeah, that's what I found that interesting. He didn't at least get an offer, and I thought he was very productive last season, in my opinion.
Yeah,
So that I
but
found that weird.
Nate for sure has the lowest floor, but he can have a very high ceiling. The comps I've been seeing a lot of people are talking saying where it's like some people were saying maybe you can get like a Jalen McDaniels, which would be like the high
Mm-hmm.
end.
Right.
or you get like a Jabari Smith Jr., which would be probably the most realistic outcome for him. I think that's probably the one was probably the most realistic because it's also player style and how he plays is very
Right.
similar to him. But he has the tools. He just needs to get a little bit. He needs to get stronger and needs to because he doesn't have the athleticism that you would like.
Yeah.
There's a reason why you shot under 50% from the rim. But his shooting himself, him being like a spacing four,
Right.
is definitely in the possibility.
I just want to see. I want to leave my judgment on Native Mint for a little bit. I want to see some summer league. I just want to
Yeah,
see
yeah, of
how he
course.
looks.
Yeah, we gotta see how he is later on. I'm gonna give him some time. I'll give him 3 years because he's gonna
Yeah.
need the time. He's
He's gonna need to.
clearly
No,
like
I agree.
I don't expect him to be like this amazing player first year. I expect that from Burries just because of he's already a lot more like ready at the get go.
Mm-hmm.
But for a Mint, he's gonna need some time. But hopefully he gets where he needs to be. I have faith in him that he will. So there's something there.
There's people saying that they kind of wanted KPJ not to opt in. That's interesting.
No,
Okay,
it
so
makes
people.
sense not to.
Okay, we got something to say. I'm glad the Bucks it makes it better for the Bucks that he did because they could get something for him if they elected to trade him. That's true. He'll have some trade value if he plays well. That's
Yeah,
fair.
maybe like you could be like a piece for like if you need to make money work or something like that. It could be a thing.
That's what I'm saying. So I get that. So okay,
You
I
might
get
you
it.
might you might do a KPJ Kuz or KPJ
AJ Green,
Turner thing.
Turner, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
AJ Green also like any of them, any of the guys who are making a lot of money, pretty much.
that makes a lot of sense. Okay, so I'm gonna be interested to see now. I'm looking at Horse through a different set of lens now without everything that was going on in this organization. I want to see what he really can do now. And I think this
I
draft he did solid so far. Just on the surface, he did solid.
I will say this though, if I was a GM, I would have fired Horse right now. I am not keeping this man. Look, it's your fault that Giannis had to get traded to begin with. You deserve to get fired. We wouldn't be in the situation if you weren't here. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. We just don't know how much power that Horse actually had within the organization to
Horse,
true.
look, what the Eden and all them and West, they didn't come till this and last year.
Hold on, I'm tapping in Bshack. Hold on 1 second. Oh, let me get in Bshack. South Florida's finest has entered the building. What up, Bshack? With the Bucks merch on. With the Bucks merch on. So you see, in here politicking with Pass, Bleacher had the dip. We're talking about the draft. I saw your input asking about Cormac Ryan and other players. I think there's gonna have to be multiple moves made because we have almost all guards. We have almost all guards. So
No,
I think
we're
that
not
will.
done yet.
Yeah,
We're
I don't
not
think
done.
we're done yet. I agree. I don't think we're done yet. But I'm okay with collecting this talent because the NBA is guard heavy in general. So we have talent, and I think we could leverage that to get what we need moving forward. That's what I think.
Yeah, maybe not the best talent in the league
Right.
for young talent, but there's something there.
That's all I'm saying. That's fair. That's all I'm saying. If there's something there. On you, Bshack. Then we'll come back to you, Pass. On you, Bshack. What's good?
Yeah, obviously I'm not in my normal. I'm not in my normal spot. Let me get this camera right.
Yeah, you all good. Take your time. Take your time.
Yeah, I it's just kind of interesting, man. The Bucks just have a lot of players right now, and I was looking at KPJ and Sims
Mm-hmm.
are opting back in,
Correct.
and here's what I want to remind us about. Uh, First of all, both of those players really could really be useful with someone else's roster.
Mm-hmm.
But guys, there's always a consequence for being on a losing team. And part of that consequence is you're not in games that matter. And usually in the playoffs, even the most unknown players, unknown bench guys who come in and perform in high leverage moments on the big stage, they make their money in the playoffs. At the same time, when you don't play in meaningful games and people don't really see you and there's no buzz, you don't get the visibility. I think if somehow we got into the playoffs and played some meaningful games, those two guys, people would see what their value would be, especially both of them. Sims switchable, man. Somebody mentioned today how they thought he'd be great for San Antonio, to add some size in that into and also playing that defense, that switchable defense.
I can see that.
KPJ and KPJ, we gotta remember this. He played all year long on a damaged meniscus. Now, if anyone doesn't know about the meniscus, it impacts your cutting ability. It affects your ability to pivot. I had an issue recently, uh, the last 6 months of my meniscus, and it was probably a small tear, and it bothered me playing golf. Sometimes it bothered me, sometimes it didn't. Sometimes I couldn't even put weight on it.
Oh wow.
So when you have a meniscus issue, just think about KPJ's style, the
That
stop and go,
the herky
herky
jerk.
jerky, quick cuts, change of speeds, and he performed as well as he did on a bad meniscus. Just think about that. So he definitely, with a year after surgery and a summer of rest, he should come back really, really, really strong. And it all depends on how Jenkins wants to use him. Jenkins could probably unlock. I'm more excited about KPJ on the defensive side under
Mm.
Jenkins than the offensive side, because he can probably give um, KPJ a sort of a construct or a template of how to use his defensive quickness, his ability to just cause havoc in the lanes, and it just depends on how Jenkins wants to use him on the defensive side, because there's a couple ways to play defense. You can play a real disciplined position type defense, or you can play a helter skelter defense that pressures that teams just don't like to play against. And I'm thinking that the Bucks with their youth might want to play an aggressive
Style
style,
defense, right?
like we're seeing now with San Antonio and the Thunder.
They be
These are
sweating.
guards that get up in you. And so you need players that can do that. Um, my man Cormac. Let's talk about Cormac. Let's not forget what Cormac did in a very short time. Let's not forget the confidence and swag he played with. Don't forget his shooting range. Don't forget his scrappiness on defense, his defensive positioning, his ability to drive to the hoop as well. So I know we have a lot of young, exciting players, and I know that Cormac is already, I think he's already like 27 or
Right.
28, something like that. But we shouldn't just get rid of talent
Right.
just because we want to stay under a certain age. You're going to need some players that have a little wisdom on the
Right. A
team,
little older.
some know-how, and who are not scared. And Cormac was obviously ready for this moment. Don't forget he played for a big time program in college too. So I would hate to lose him, but see, I won't be surprised when we see this deal completed, for the Giannis going to Miami. That deal can be added to between now and the deadline. So don't be surprised you see a couple of these players also included in this deal. So I won't be surprised, man, because the Bucks still have to. They gotta move some guys. And like I said in the chat, and y'all think I'm crazy. I think Cormac can give you everything Tyler Hero can.
Mm. Mm.
I look at his playing style, and with better defense. So I hope we have some smart, some guys that he's bringing on that are smart enough that can see that, man. I think you can get more out of Cormac Ryan. Now, Tyler, I mean, Hero has a reputation.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's.
He got cachet. He got that. He
I'm
got cachet.
I'm just looking at the game,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't see that much of a difference. I really don't. So anyway, what else y'all want to talk about?
I gotta see what. Hold on. First, pass. What is the deal? So Cormac is on a two-way. So we have him all of next year. Then, no matter what.
I believe so. Yes.
Okay. So we got him all of next. So he's not really even counting right now. So we have, but he can only play a limited amount of games under a two-way
Yes.
contract.
I
That's
don't
the
remember
skinny.
how many
With
games
that.
is it? It's like 30 or 40.
Yeah, 30 or 40 games. Yeah, somewhere in there. So he has the ability to play 30 or 40 games next year unless we sign him to a full contract on the roster.
Okay. Now, who do y'all think should be the starting point guard?
Depends on who's still here.
Here, yeah.
It's really difficult to say because there's too many guards on this team.
It's so yeah, how do you pick that with all them guards? Look at what we got.
Y'all know who's gonna be here. Y'all know who's gonna be here.
It would have to be
I
KPJ then. It would have to be.
Ideally you want to start KPJ and Rollins.
Yep.
And have Hero traded. But
Correct.
if Hero isn't traded, then that matters who of the two is going to start.
Could you start both?
Well, you can't really start. If you're starting Hero, then I don't know about starting KPG with him. So that's where I'm like, what do you do with this situation?
I start Braden Berries, man.
Yeah.
Wow! Hold on!
I put Rollins at the 2, and I let KPJ lead the second unit.
I don't disagree with you, but I'm thinking like when we're starting like the first few games. He'll get there. He'll absolutely be starting at some point.
We are not trying to win no championship. We are in the development business now.
Right.
You take the Jason Kidd tag, and you put the ball in his hands from game 1. The dude got shooting ability. He's got instincts. I put the ball in his hands from day 1. What do we have to lose? Get yourself out of the Bucks championship mindset. Them days is over, y'all.
I'm not talking about championship. I'm trying to just at least be respectful as winning games. We cannot take. So we cannot do that. We cannot do that only because we don't have our own picks.
He's a top draft pick. He can play. He's a top draft pick. He can play.
Even if you have top draft picks, if you're in this situation where we are right now, it can be really difficult to just win games. A lot of teams can do this. Cooper was also a top draft pick. The Mavs didn't really exactly do well.
Listen, years ago, Dallas Mavericks in the early 90s, 3 years in a row, they drafted Jamal Mashburn,
Monster
Jimmy
Mash.
Jackson, Jason Kidd. Each one started the first year.
We'll see.
That was a
Why not?
team.
I don't even know what we have to lose.
You know the fall of that team? Let me tell you the fall of that team from the Dallas Mavericks. That was a championship caliber team. You know what broke that team up?
Tony Braxton.
Mm-hmm. Always. Oh.
I don't mind starting. I don't mind. I think he will start at some point. I just don't think he'll start at the beginning.
Okay. So wait, you're that high on him too?
No, I like him. Yeah, I am high on him.
Okay.
I think he'll be a really good player. He'll have a long career. That's for sure.
Everybody's saying the same thing. It's just interesting. Like everybody, like you're saying it. Bshack saying it. Like people are very high on. If people were so high on him, why didn't he go earlier?
It's because his floor is not as high as the other guys. That's it.
Listen, we know KPJ's not starting because y'all don't like him. So bring him off the bench. Y'all do not like. Y'all are praying that he gets traded. So bring him off the bench. Bring him off the bench because he can boogie. So give him his own second unit to really kind of be, the scoring spark. And he can also he can facilitate and score. And I know y'all want Rollins to start, so put him at the 2. And let's just don't play with it. Just don't play with it. Just
I mean, yeah, the
You
safe
know,
choice. The safe choice is just doing like, all right, let's just do Rollins and KPJ we're doing last year. That's the safe choice. The interesting choice is screw it. Let's just do if Hero's still here. All right, Hero and Burries. There you go. That's the interesting choice.
Oh,
You
that
want to
would
see
be an interesting choice.
you want to see some fun? Just
But
nothing.
what
No
a
but
choice
our
between
defense.
who
perimeter
now?
our
Between
perimeter defense would be terrible.
Hey, forget defense. We're getting buckets only. We're having fun this year.
We're getting buckets only. It's crazy, dog. It's getting buckets only. I
yeah,
do think we have some
yeah,
talent though.
but is Tyler Hero Jenkins type of player?
That's
I don't know.
ooh.
But to be fair,
He's real defensive oriented, man.
I mean, Ja
He's
also
always
wasn't. Ja really wasn't a defensive player. I mean, he still like tried his best with him. So I think he will try.
Okay.
Because
yeah,
the
but
reports
Ja
for
was an explosive athlete, man. I mean, Ja was a star coming. I mean, Tyler Hero, man, he's a little nice,
he's
but
a decent player.
he's not a dog though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the thing. He's good, but he's not good enough for what he's being paid.
That's fair.
Well, well, to be honest, I don't expect Kuzma to be on the team. I don't expect KPJ to be on the team. That's about to put money on it. And I wouldn't expect Miles Turner, but I think his contract is a problem.
I
No,
agree.
I don't think his contract's a problem. I think it's just because how bad we were and how bad he was last year. Might be a little bit difficult to trade him to get good value. You could trade him, but not maybe not get as good value. Probably keep him until like trade deadline. You got time to move him still.
Well, I would not move Jacquez.
No, that's our six man to me. That's the Bobby replacement.
Keep him at six man.
The dude has a feel for the game. He's a hooper, and he's a glue guy.
Agreed.
He's a plug and play dude, man. And I've watched him. He makes winning plays, man. And I would want them to hold on to him because he's only, how old is he?
He's not that
He's
old.
20 something. Hold on, I need to look it up right now. I'll let you know.
But I think he would be our I think he's literally the Bobby replacement, but with more upside and youth, in my opinion. Bshack.
Oh, he's 25. He's on the
Oh,
older side.
oh. We
Yeah.
look, listen. We did all right, friends and family. We got some solid players. A lot of them under 25 and under. Like we just need a couple of these to hit. Somebody said we just need 75%. I'm with you, and we'll be all right.
I mean,
I think Torian Prince needs to be gone. I know
Yeah.
we like him,
Mm-hmm.
but age wise, he throwing the Miami deal. He's perfect for Miami,
you're just
and
making
we'll take him
you're
down
just
here in
giving
South
Giannis the
Florida.
Bucks 2024 edition, but with Heat.
Yeah, but
Hey,
we.
but Eric Spoelstra is not gonna look the same.
Mm-hmm.
You just
They gonna look
replace
better,
Dame. All you're gonna do is replace Dame with Bam. That's all you did.
right? Yeah, that's pretty much it. But I think they'll look better though with
I mean,
Spoelstra.
yeah, they have a
Absolutely.
they have a much better coach than Doc. So there's
Right.
that.
No,
Their
so
defense will be good.
Absolutely.
I will say that their defense I think will be very good.
it'll be top 10 in the NBA
I
easily.
think it might. I think top five.
Top 5. Okay, yeah, I can see
That
that.
that 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 front court is really good defensively. Giannis, Bam, and then
And they can all switch. And Wiggins, yeah.
We saw what Wiggins did against Tatum.
Right.
We saw that, Mr. Straight. We saw that Straight.
Yeah, no strays. Remember that? Wiggins put your boy under lock and key. Well, I would love to see a response.
You're gonna be seeing him a lot this year.
Did y'all already talk about that article?
Just briefly, but go ahead. And I was actually waiting for you. Bleacher got into it a little bit. All right. Appreciate you, Pass, man. Have a good weekend, Pass. We'll see you in a little bit, bro. All right, bro. Yeah, let me let you get into it.
Well, okay. What can I say about this? I don't know how can I start. First of all, let's just pop our collar just a bit. Um, we said Giannis was playing in our face. We said Giannis was really wanted to leave, but he didn't want to be honest about it. We said all this. We had people upset, attacking us,
Shout out to
saying
Eliza.
saying that we was working for Shams and all this type of stuff, and Shams a liar, and they just want to they just planting stories. It stop everyone just take a moment. Remember Muhammad Ali after beat George Foreman said, "Is the camera on? Stop right there. Don't you co- ever say anyone's gonna whip me or beat me again." Everyone bow. Everyone bow. Listen, all I know is that it's difficult when you're a fan and a players in the city that you love. But some of us can see that where there was smoke, there was fire. These guys, ESPN has not been around for the last 40, 50 years, whatever it is, but just throwing stuff out there. Shams does not get Woj's spot unless he's a top reporter. Where they are, teams use Shams when they want to release something that's done. They call Shams. And to think that he just making stuff up, that he was just pulling stuff out the air because everybody got together and said, listen, we want to try to get Giannis out of Milwaukee. It don't work that way, y'all. You listen, in journalism, if you lose your credibility,
That's everything.
look, there have been local reporters that lose their job saying they're reporting from one city but really in another city. And so your reputation and your credibility is everything. And you can get really burnt if you start lying about your sources. And you never heard
Hmm.
teams really come out saying Shams was lying.
That's true.
So come on, y'all. Let's learn from this. Let's learn that the national media, even though they're not on the ground all the time, they have sources. Now, I want y'all juxtapose Shams telling the truth and Jim Ozorski not telling the truth.
Mm.
Them releasing information and Jim holding information because he doesn't want to lose access. See, Shams will risk people not liking him, but Jim won't. So come on, y'all. Let's think. Giannis was playing both sides of the fence.
Hmm.
He was saying one thing, but showing his team, telling stuff to the local reporters, a totally different story. And the local reporters actually knew both
Right.
sides, but only reported one that's foul. They
Mm.
knew both sides, but reported one side. They reported what the narrative. They said to Giannis, "Okay, we'll put the narrative out that you want to put out, but we do know the other side of it. But we won't say nothing right now. We'll wait." And pretty much that's what happened. You see how much stuff was
Uh,
unloaded in that article?
everything that
A
we were saying.
truckload. Everything, man. And
But
that's
remember
why
what we
this
were
chat.
saying, no, Bshack, we are like, he keep playing, he's gonna stain his legacy on the way out. We know you leaving and you're gonna stain your legacy on the way out. And that's exactly what happened. We talked about this over a year and a half ago. Playing all this going back and forth, messing around and agree. I was like, he's gonna mess it up. Because we had such high respect for Giannis, the work ethic, the motor. And to go out like this, we still have love for you, but to go out like this, and what he was doing made it easier to let go because of his conduct. Made it easier to let go. I'll just say that.
Yeah, and it's. I know people were like they couldn't believe that Giannis would act like this, but I think one of the things somebody mentioned that Pat Riley had wrote in his book years ago about the disease of more or something like that.
Mm,
After you win a championship, how hard it is to um it's easier to ascend to a championship to maintain to stay on the throne. And it's hard to win a championship and everybody not like want more. Some people want, like Giannis wanted more power. He wanted more say so.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, he wanted, more
He
of his
wanted
family.
everything.
He
He wanted
wanted
everything.
everything,
Yeah.
and he lost. He really, the winning kind of made him depart from this innocent, wide-eyed kid um, that we came to love, and he became Americanized. He saw how much money he can make. He saw his influence. But the problem is, I still see someone who hasn't really totally grown up and matured. And I think he probably would have handled things differently if his father was still alive. He probably would have had a little
Mm.
more backbone if he could have gotten some fatherly advice. I look at it similar to what happened to Tiger Woods after his father passed.
Yeah,
See,
he lost.
some sons are really tethered to their dad as far as the closeness, as far as what they meant to them.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes when your father, but now, unfortunately, not everyone has their father in their life. But a lot of times when someone does have their father and they've been really close to them, when they're gone or they depart, it can turn the son, uh, cause them to go into a little bit of a tailspin or really
Mm.
start doing stuff that they would not do if their father was still alive. So I'm not here to diagnose Giannis. I'm
Mm-hmm.
just saying that I just see somebody who was still a little boy trying to, play in a man's world. He had a man's body, but come on, man, you can't just stand up with your chest and say, you know, the team's not good enough. I like to be moved, but you're going to play in people's face and lie,
Right.
to one side. You know, it was kind of just pointing away. Someone used the term, "You try to burn the place down on the way out,"
Yeah.
and
I,
that's not cool. That's not cool. I didn't know John Horst and him were that close.
me either.
I didn't know John Horst was like a baller. I didn't know he even they had pickup games the night of the draft after the draft was over. That was just a thing. That's the thing he does in organization. But it's crazy how they just stopped talking. It's just crazy how Giannis didn't return phone calls.
Man.
When the season was over, he didn't return phone calls. So he's saying he wants to be here if the Bucks will have him, but not answer their phone calls. What kind of business is that? And there are certain times the representatives didn't talk to his representatives. This I didn't believe that a professional organization could fall to that level. How do you not talk about things when you have millions and hundreds of millions of dollars at stake?
Steak.
How do you not talk?
Please get the likes of Bshack is cooking.
My
You know,
apologies,
and
chat.
That's all
My,
good.
my cat got out,
and,
man.
and for everyone who was on this chat, and this is the best chat anywhere,
Salute
much
to the
less
cook.
the Bucks Nation. But you guys have to understand, loyalty does not mean you have to be blind and loyal.
Mm.
Blind loyalty doesn't serve anybody.
Loyalty doesn't mean you
When
disrespect.
someone show
Right.
Yeah, when someone shows you who they are, you gotta believe them. You gotta believe them. And y'all want to play. It's hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. You didn't want to speak evil about Giannis. You don't want to see evil about Giannis. You don't want to hear evil about Giannis. But Giannis was not all he, you know.
Took us for granted. Just say it. He took us for granted.
Right.
We're gonna find out real soon. And then think about these things real quick.
But
I
even
want
before you get into that, it was already stated before he even put on a uniform that his brothers will not be signed to the Miami Heat. Just off rip, they're already setting the groundwork. Like, don't come over here playing.
Right.
We're putting it out
Don't,
in the media right over here, right away. This same Milwaukee, do not come down here playing. at all. We say before you even put on your jersey, your brothers, if they come in here, they're coming here to support you, but not on this roster. Period. And I like that, but that's how you do it, though. That's why you know that's a real organization. They're already telling you what's not about to happen before you even get there. Like
Exactly.
we never put our foot down. We never put our foot down.
That's
It's
was
like
the
a
problem.
woman riding a dude to the moon. He don't never say nothing. She just gonna keep taking everything you got till you do something.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
it. That's it. And we finally did something. We finally bucked up and did something. And luckily we got a decent return for the value. And also, I don't know if y'all been reading articles. A lot of people now are starting to talk about Giannis soft tissue injuries, lower extremity injuries, being 32. And I just found that very interesting. Stuff that we were saying. That's why I thought that we should be balanced in our thought process of this trade and what we got back, seeing that he is an aging superstar with lower extremity issues. Tap in, Dr. Smith. Hold on one second.
And with people saying that we moved too late,
Yeah.
that we
You
moved too late, and that and Bleacher. Before you go, just one thing: the Bucks really
What up, Dr. Smith?
did everything they could,
they did
and
every
almost desperate because they got more. They got more offers at the trade deadline than they did after the season.
Mm.
They got more offers, and the Heat offer did not improve all that much. But apparently, Giannis made it clear. They said it was these four teams he said he would not re-sign with. So Giannis shut down possibly better offers.
Mm.
probably.
It's a possibility he got better offers. Giannis said, "I will not. I'm not going to that West Coast team. I'm not going to that team." And Giannis pretty much put them in a bind between these two teams, and that was it. And I think part of the reason, and I don't think anybody has really touched on this, Giannis being criticized a little bit, saying you said you want to win, but you go to Miami instead of Boston, where
That's
Boston
where
will give you a better
exactly.
chance to win. But here's what I do think. Here's what I do. After all I said about Giannis, I think part of Giannis's anger at the organization was, I think he had a dual mindset. He did take advantage, but he's also upset that they let him take advantage.
Getting
See,
bucked.
it's like the child that rebels against the parent because the parent's not giving them the tough love that they need. Are you just gonna let
Mm.
me run in the street like this without shutting me down? I'm gonna keep running in the street. And so as a result, I think he picked Miami because he knew they were the one team that's gonna put him back in check and return him to be the humble worker that he
He
knows
once
he
was.
really is. I think I think part of it in his mind is he knows that they'll get him back to where he's supposed to be. That's just me.
With me,
Interesting. I'm
I,
not mad at that. Go ahead, Bleacher. Then we go to the Dr. Smith. Salute, Dr. Smith.
yeah,
Appreciate you tapping in.
or it shouldn't take you to go to Miami to get your crew back, man. It shouldn't.
It's true. That's true.
It shouldn't take that, man. And I kind of like, you know, I know Miami's not gonna let him do all that stuff he does here, but my point was, let's talk about the fans of Milwaukee. Let's talk about Wisconsin fans. They are so loyal, and that's why I kind of give. I want to say to the new players, we are loyal. We are so loyal. You give us your heart, you give us your soul, you will do no wrong with us. You can strike out so many times. As long as you come out and you play, the fans of Milwaukee and Wisconsin, they will show you some love and respect. That's all you got to do. We don't know what's going to happen in the future, but that's why I kind of got mad at Giannis because he took over that look. Like, I see people cry on the news about Giannis. They putting flowers by his mural. Just that's how much loyalty they got and love. They like, we love you no matter. And I just shake my head like they got like, it's like, you don't put a statement out to those fans. that's still showing you love. You just putting a verse from a Bible, and that's all you're talking about. You're not saying bye to the fans. You probably give us later. You probably give us bye to the fans, whatever. But you didn't even give us that. Now I'm not saying that just to be cynical or anything, but it's just that just the way he moved at the end of the day, it just rubbed me the wrong way.
No, I
But
feel you.
I want the Milwaukee fans to get their love and flowers because we are loyal to our players. And I'm telling you, these new players that come in, you're gonna get every loyalty. Like you just start winning. I'm telling you, the love's gonna come. The love and
They just
respect.
gotta focus on playing some basketball, and we gonna see very soon with them going to the summer league and playing in 2 summer league sessions, I believe, right? It's 2 summer league sessions they playing in. I believe so, right? They playing in
They,
2 summer league
yeah,
sessions, one in California and one somewhere else, I believe. But let's get to Dr. Smith. It's on you, Dr. Smith, that we'll spin the block. Go ahead, Dr. Smith.
He probably can't put a statement out until it's official anyway. I think it was kind of under a gag order until that
Yeah, that's what
happens.
Amtrak just said. Trey's not official yet. They can't say
Okay.
anything. Okay.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
On you, Dr. Smith. What's good?
What's happening? What's happening? What's going on,
No.
chat? What's
Hey,
family?
just
What's good? What's
the
good?
aftermath of the Giannis trade. We just talking. We picked up a athletic second round player from Trinidad and Tobago that people are high
Yeah.
on. So we'll see there. We had KPJ opt in with the Bucks for this next season. We had Jericho Sims also opt in. And a lot of people are very high on Burries, our number 10 pick. People are almost saying he should start. Like they're everyone. I'm not just saying us here, but just like the media everyone is very high
Well,
on
yeah.
Burries. And I
I
just didn't
feel the
know he
same
was
way.
like that, but I'm just like everyone is just like, yo, this guy, they really hit the lottery here. Like he could really help them. Instant impact, IQ, like they rap Swiss Army knife. I mean, they saying everything.
He's steady. He's
Yeah,
steady. So, like from what I've seen, and I feel the same. I feel the same way about the other young brother that we got too, right?
Nate
Just
Ament.
because of the objective. Like what is the objective right now, right? But before I get into that, let me, if I can,
Go ahead.
some change or whatever when it comes to this Giannis thing. I think for me, I can't really comment on the brother because I'm not close enough to the situation to have seen and heard. You know what I mean? So like a doctor will tell you, if I'm trying to diagnose something, I'm going to listen to what you're saying, and then I'm going to actually visualize what it is I'm seeing, signs and symptoms, right? I think power corrupts. Generally speaking, like I don't know about, I think power corrupts. I would have to have been close enough to see if it happened to Giannis, when it happened to Giannis, and what was done to try and check that. Because I can't really speak to that. What I can say is from a distance, the Bucks organization got to a point where they demonstrated an inability to handle that level of power, right? We started, like I said, we had an organization that was just up there twerking. I said it the other day, right? You just willing to do a whole bunch of stuff. And you played yourself. You so badly played yourself because out of all of those moves, he still wanted to go. You signed the man's whole family and he still left, right? So all of this, never mind like what Giannis did, I can't speak to his mindset. I've never had a conversation with the man before. I would be curious if he would actually ever genuinely speak on how it is he felt. And even if he did start going in wrong directions, I personally am not going to hold that against him forever because no one's perfect. And I think if you give people that amount of power, it's a tremendous temptation to use that poorly, right? If a man is newly married, are we sending that man to the strip club afterwards? Probably not, right? That's not the wisest thing to do. I don't care what that man said to that woman, right? Why are you putting him around a bunch of temptation like that where it's easy for him to fall off? You know what I mean? Now, ultimately, if he does it, he's responsible for his own actions. You chose to do that. But why are we empowering him to make those types of mistakes, right? I don't need to go to you to get the final say on who a coach is. You're a player. I need you to show up and play. And if you don't want to do that, then I need you to go. That simple, right? And I think all of us, not just the Bucks fan base, but people, sports fans in general, I think we have nurtured this environment where the star is going to be right no matter what. That if the star is big enough that he eclipses the coach, and what the star says goes. And I don't know very many situations where that works out for the best, right? There's a reason that the players play and the coach is coach and the GM's GM, right? We have different points of view. And they're just going to be certain things that I don't need you having input on. And if you do have input on it, I need you to have with all due respect to Giannis, I need you to have a better viewpoint, right? I don't want to say a higher IQ, but just like a higher understanding of what a team is going to need to be good for the long run. Consider that we gave up 4 second-round picks to get Jay Crowder. On no planet is Jay Crowder 5 second-round picks. Okay, on no planet, in no universe, in no alternate universe, right? In no Marvel alternate universe, all the Infinity Rings, is Jay Crowder worth 5 second-round picks. Never is he worth, even when he was in Miami at his best, was he ever worth that. But his value now gets aggregated because you're constantly in this win now mentality.
Yeah.
Try and appease someone else. And so now he gets, again, aggregated to almost Kevin Durant status, right? And getting a Kevin Durant haul, because we want to show him that we're at least doing something. Giannis is asking for filet mignon. Not only can we not afford filet mignon right now, but filet mignon is not even available. But we're going to go out and get beef jerky and tell them that it's filet mignon and pay filet mignon price for this beef jerky. 5 second-round picks. Multiple decisions that we did that put us behind the 8 ball.
Facts.
Right, that we now have to clean up. So, I mean, Giannis is still my favorite player in basketball, has been for some years. But now that the spell is broken, so to speak, it's allowing me to have like a clearer vision on what teams need to be doing as far as team building. I want my Milwaukee Bucks to start looking like the Packers again, to start valuing youth again. If these guys are not coming in immediately ready, then giving these people the runway and the time to develop.
That's key, the runway. That we haven't given players young players the runway in a long time.
Absolutely. Well, when's the last time we've even 5 second-round picks for the ghost of Jay Crowder, right? So, I mean, like, that's the kind of stuff that we were on. That's the time that we were on. And we haven't valued the types of things that are making all of these teams incredible now, right? All of this parity that we see in the league, the Pacers 2 years ago, the Spurs now, OKC now, the Pistons, the Magic, you name it. All these teams got really good because they had a solid infrastructure. Solid infrastructure, right? They had good talent evaluation. So there was someone that said, and they did this in a professional way. They went behind closed doors before they even started considering players. How do we want to attack the league? We're going to get a lay of the land, what's currently trending in basketball, where these teams are going, how are we going to combat that? This is going to be our identity. This is the system that we're putting into place, very much like NFL. We're going to run a 3-4. We want to run a 4-3. What do we want to do? We want to switch to too high over the top. Like, there was a discussion on coverages, on plan, on scheme, and we're going to go get the players then to fit that.
Dr. Smith is cooking. Get the likes up.
You feel me? We're not going to get the players first and then try to piece together some loosey-goosey plan and think that that's going to work. That's what leads to Ryan Rollins going into, like, driving into the lane and then not knowing where to go, right? Because there's no plan. And no one actually sat there and taught this person what it is he was supposed to do. We didn't form a system around his strengths and weaknesses. We did the very best that they could and then told him to go out there and figure it out. So the first thing that you need to do before you even talk about players is you need to establish an infrastructure that's respectable again, right? An infrastructure. What is this team good at? If I look at OKC, never mind Shai Gilgeous-Alexander being a perennial MVP candidate. What are they good at? They have really good perimeter defense. That's their MO. They're going to go out there, they're handsy, they're going to force the ref to call fouls, they're going to play super physical. That's their identity, right? What is New York really good at, right? New York puts a lot of pressure on you. They're relentless. So even if you manage to get like a 15-point lead on them, they stay the course. They are led by someone that doesn't blink, and Jalen Brunson, excuse me. But that's their identity, right? They're like Rocky. Like, you're not gonna knock these guys out. They wear you out. They have a lot of players. They use a lot of players in their rotation to be able to wear you out, so they can play a high tempo. But you see what I'm saying? Like, these are identities that this team had. Milwaukee's identity is that we're gonna put family and friends on the team, right? It's a family package, right? So if you're related to Giannis, if you're his uncle, if you're his cousin, if you showed up at his wedding, you're gonna play a role in this organization somehow, somehow. out the door with that, right? New identity is what I'm excited about. I wish that we could have had more sense when we had Giannis, because that would have been the best time to do it. But the spell is broken. We now have a coach that can actually implement a system. Well before Taylor Jenkins came over, I was watching this YouTube video where they were describing his offensive sets, right, and how it rotates and it pivots around the play. I don't want to do it like a disservice and try to describe it. I'd have to watch it again and like refresh my memory. But it was like really inventive, and it was like they didn't do the pick and roll when pick and roll had been like really popular in the league. They had figured out a way to manufacture points without using the pick and roll. Look it up. It's really interesting. I think Draymond Green had actually commented on it.
Interesting.
I'm interested to see something like that in Milwaukee. Now, mind you, he would have to update it because it got to a point where the league had figured it out. But that's what, at least they were thinking on those levels. I can't tell you what Doc Rivers did. I think Doc
It's called
Rivers'
the
whole
Gears offense. The Gears offense.
Thank you. Fantastic. Thank you. That's why you get paid the big bucks, right? But that's what I'm saying. At least, because I know exactly what he's talking about, because it moved in a gear, in a circular fashion. They would pivot around a certain player, and it was based on your defensive reads where it's really, I wouldn't say it's really complex, but it was interesting to me because for me, I'd never seen that before. I'm sure it's been done before. I just had never seen that before, and I watched a lot of basketball, so it was interesting, you know. But my point is that there was at least a scheme, right? Go and create a scheme, right? You have someone like a Taylor Jenkins who's new. To me, this is an incentive to move on from all of the older players. Anyone that had bad habits created by this team or elsewhere, thank you, shake their hands, time to move on, right? Because we have to now give power back to the coach. If I say something, if I'm telling you you need to run, that's what you need to do. Not I'm trying to talk to you and draw up a play, and my star player is over there sitting on the announcer's table pouting. I don't need that. The team doesn't need that. And there are times when you are so big of a star that if you hear something that you don't want to hear, then I could just go and do that like an impetuous child. And that erodes team continuity because they're looking at the best player do that. So why do I need to be listening to you? And even if I start to lose respect for you, or even if I don't start to lose respect for you, I'm losing respect for him. Like, why am I busting my behind to show up to work on time, and this dude is coming 25 minutes late? The meeting started 10 minutes ago, and here you come like that? That's aggravating. That's slackness. I don't need any of that. All of the older dudes, move on. We need guys who are going to listen to the coach. If I said jump, you say how high. Like, we need to implement that kind of a system again. And people who are still hungry, they haven't been jaded by the league yet.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Still
People
receptive.
who are still hungry and are wanting to play. We need younger bodies, right? Because if we don't have like overwhelming talent, if on a scale of 1 to 10 we don't have any 10s on the team, then I want our guys to beat you by grinding you to death. We're going to run you to death then. You know what I mean? Very similar to what Indiana was doing. So
I
you
think
might
that's a style of play that we need to kind of mimic to a certain extent and maybe revamp it as more like I think that should be our style of play, similar to Indiana.
Yeah, well, that was what we were supposed to do last year. And then eventually, we kind of fell away from that. Miles Turner started getting up and down the court like his feet hurt. So thank you. Move on. If you can't, like, this is the style that we need to run. So as good as you may be in other systems on other teams, if you can't be that here, then we can't have you here. So there's a couple of different trades that I was looking at that I've been reading about because everybody's reading about it now.
Right.
Miles Turner, they're talking about moving him up to Toronto for that brother Grady Dick and their center, Jakob Poeltl. I'm good for that. I'm good for that. I like the player Grady Dick. He was one, other than him having like a pause-worthy name. Like his name is like wild and out of control.
He gave us 30, I think, before. He gave us 30.
Yeah. Like I said,
that's
other
not
than
saying
his name,
much, but
other than his name, I'm not putting your name on the jersey, brother. That you crazy. Your parents. But yeah, that's out of control. That's totally unnecessary. His name is totally unnecessary. But other than that, to me, he adds the depth. I want like redundancy on this team, so that if one player goes down, I have another player that can come in and still do that job. Maybe not quite as well, but you fill the same niche. Length, speed, shooters. It's for that reason that I want Kasparis, that brother that we brought over
Cass,
from
everybody's high on Cass, yeah.
But he needs to be starting as our point guard.
What is with everybody with this right away? This is getting crazy.
He needs to be starting. He is the only true point guard we have on the team. Everyone else is a combo guard. He's a true point guard. You want to know how I know people have lost their appreciation?
Bshack is giving a thumbs up too?
He's a true point guard. How long has it been since we've had a true point guard? Drew Holiday wasn't even a true
Brandon Jennings was our last
guard.
true point guard to an extent. Brandon Jennings.
And think about what that does for your team. And he is a knockdown shooter. That's not to say that he's better than KPJ. He's better than Ryan Rollins. But having a true point guard puts everyone else back in their right positions. We're off. We've been off. And we've been off so long that people think that this is what we're supposed to look like. No. We need a true point guard, a true floor general, and it fixes the picture. I'm trying to tell you something. I'm just trying to tell you what I know.
No, everybody. I agree with. I'm just surprised that everybody came to the conclusion like right away.
Put the ball in his hands.
Everybody's. You don't understand what I'm saying, Dr. Smith. I don't know if you've seen the whole life, but everyone. Soon as we got the cast, they've been saying he should start. Like he's the truth. Like there's a reason that the trade was held up for this guy because he's
right.
Like
he was almost the deal breaker.
Right.
Tyler Hero. He was almost the deal breaker. Consider that when it comes to talent evaluation, Miami here, Milwaukee somewhere down in the basement somewhere. It's been a minute since we've been able to keep pace with those types of teams when it comes to talent evaluation. That being said, who did they value? They valued him.
Right.
Right? They know how to spot something that they can grow into somebody. To me, he looks a lot. I'm not saying that he's as good as, right? Before people say, oh, this dude is bugging, right? I'm saying he looks very similar to his hero, Luka, on this team because he controls tempo. I love that. It's not easy to do that. I'm watching other teams struggle. Like when we rush you, when we speed you up, you don't know how to stop that from happening. So you just start playing faster. He knows how to play slower. You know who doesn't know how to do that? Ryan Rollins. With all due respect, those are where a lot of his turnovers happen. You speed him up, he's out of control, right? KPJ was better at it. So if you're not going to start Kasparis at the point guard position, I say keep KPJ. But you just drafted Braden Burries,
right?
Who to me is your redundancy with Ryan Rollins because they play in a very similar way. And I actually think Burries plays under more control. But Rollins is getting better, so his arrow is pointing up, and you have depth. That's what I like about this. That you have now depth, building in redundancies. But Kasparis needs to start.
Wow. Okay.
He needs to start. The starting means you need to get minutes because that's how you actually develop and get better. You don't get better playing 10 minutes a game, 15 minutes a game. We give you the keys to the car, and this is where you get better because his ceiling is way high. Look at some of these highlights. This dude gets to a point where he's not missing. So if I'm setting up the offense and I then become the pressure release valve out on the three, I don't miss. That's serious, and that's a good starting point to have. I'm just trying to tell you, dude is nice, and he has a lot of potential. Let me tell you something else. I don't know that Tyler Hero stays on this team because it's a traffic jam right now, the two guard position.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely a log jam there. I agree. I wholeheartedly agree. But I don't think this is our last. I think we're making we're gonna make a few moves before the regular season. I think we're just acquiring pieces. We're just acquiring pieces.
We have to move on from Miles Turner. That's a given. It's just fine.
And we're not Kuzma too. I think Kuzma has to go too, respectfully.
All of them. Anyone.
He said all of them.
It's like timeline wise is a problem, right? What I want all of those guys to have is to not just be someone that didn't play under the previous regime, but I want them to all be a similar age too. And we're going to try and create a brotherhood, right? You guys are going to grow together. These people right here are brothers in arms, right? We're going to get back to what basketball used to be as far as team building. What's your rookie contract in basketball? 5 years?
3 to 4. 3 to 4,
3
maybe.
to 4 years?
Yeah.
We've gotten so used to not bringing people in that rookies come, rookies go. That's not supposed to be the deal. You guys are going to be each other's roommates. That's going to be your community. Put everybody on speed dial, everything. That's going to be the people you go out with. That's going to be the people you shoot commercials with. That's going to be the people you buy houses with. That's going to be the people you go to the clubs with. Everything. So that when we get to the court, the communication is unspoken. So that by year 2 or year 3, you're clicking. And we can't do that because it's been about, Giannis, I need front court pressure, so go get me a Jay Crowder. Go do stuff like that. And we haven't even been nurturing that kind of stuff.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
No, I completely agree. Go ahead, Bleacher. We'll go to Bshack.
Let me ask you a question, Dr. Smith. Now, I just said earlier to Mr. Cool, I was telling him how now with these second aprons, and now we're like, we got Giannis is gone now. You think it's going to be a rarity that the Bucks is going to give a max contract, because now with this second apron, max contracts is going to probably be detrimental to the team, because you got two guys on your team got max contracts. It's going to really your team of having young players like we got now. What do you think about that? We think that now we starting over. You don't see that much having like a max contract to any player that's worth it. What do you think about that?
I don't know that I would say it's going to be like that forever. Amen. Like close the door. I don't think we should be thinking about that now, right? If it were me, then what I need to see before I start thinking about outside help, like bringing in a veteran that's going to help lead, I need to build the foundation first.
Exactly.
I need to create that first and attract someone with competence, right? So if we're trying to attract someone to the organization like a free agency, like a max contract or something like that, then I want to give them somewhere to go, a team that is going to work, right? For example, people wanting to go to Minnesota. Now, Minnesota is not, as far as my understanding is, I don't know because I've never been there, but it doesn't seem like it's like the most happening place. Like people don't want to go to a place where it's like under 30 feet of snow all the rest of the time, but people want to go there to play with their star. You need to build a foundation. build a foundation to where a player is thinking to himself, you know what, I am the last piece that they need to get them over the top, right? The Micah Parsons coming to the Packers to be that pass rush. I'm the piece to put them over the top. But before you get there, you got to create that first. So I don't, we have to get out from all of these contracts that did us dirty to begin with. So Miles Turner, we have to find a buyer. I think the rumor about him being traded up to Toronto has some legs. The players that I've heard about, I would be in favor of because it's more depth for the team. Tyler Hero being moved up to Detroit for picks. Again, I want more bites at the apple when it comes to the draft. That's
true.
what I
Good
want,
point.
right? So we need to fill our war chest. All of the things that we did wrong, we need to fix. It's organizational failure over these last couple of years, right? So we sent out all of our picks. We need to get those back. Ship these players out that are not matching timelines for the picks that we've lost, for the things that we lost in the fire, right? We want those second round picks. Tyler Hero, thank you. Don't even get a Milwaukee Bucks jersey. Just move on. Let's get those picks back, right? And it's not that he won't have value to us. It's just that his contract is up next year.
Yeah,
and
it
then
doesn't
you're gonna
make.
have to pay.
Yeah, we got to pay him. No, I
And
agree.
then you don't match timelines, right? And it's a traffic jam at that position. You just drafted Braden Burries, and you have Kevin Porter Jr. and Ryan Rollins. You guys are all slight variations of the same thing.
Right.
I want redundancy. I don't need that much
Right.
redundancy.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. All right.
You
You
know?
know, Bshack. Go ahead, Bshack.
Listen, while you're trying to fix things that are broken and put new systems in and all the type of stuff, I would humbly suggest that you unplug and uninstall Doc Rivers' $90,000 golf simulator. Let me read something to you. A $90,000 golf simulator installed by Doc Rivers during his tenure with the Milwaukee Bucks caused significant friction among the players and staff, eventually becoming a symbol of the disconnect between Rivers and the team. He installed a simulator in a communal space at the Bucks practice facility that was formerly reserved for players and staff to relax and bond. That, my friend, is a symbol of the crazy, dysfunctional,
This dude died.
without any sort of direction franchise for a semi-retired coach to come back, who we joked in this chat about Doc going to play golf. No, he brought the golf to the
We had it
facility
wrong. We thought he was leaving. He brought it
and
here.
a place, listen, that fostered unity among the team. He put a simulator there, got rid of the couches and chairs, put a golf simulator. Now I love golf. I played 9 holes by myself yesterday.
Oh damn.
It's a beautiful, beautiful game. But when you're a basketball coach trying to lead a team that still thought they had a chance to compete at a high level up until sometime this past season, and you send that type of mixed message. Could you imagine a football team doing that?
Right.
Where
No,
you're trying to
because
build a mentality and a
Man,
culture. Man,
look
the
at Rip.
reason
this will be studied for years to come. How bad how low this franchise had gone, and I'm glad that Jim, even though he's kind of late to the party, I'm glad him and Laurie Nickel uh, documented
This.
and put to paper, chronicled this season. I'm glad they pulled back the curtain
yeah,
Oh,
they
he did.
released that
because
scene.
we must learn from our mistakes to never repeat them again.
Yeah. They released the Epstein files, right? That we
That's
have,
literally what it was. No, that's literally what it was. Damn near. No, go ahead.
you know.
No, that's true.
Yeah, but see, but all right. So here's the thing. Like at this point, you're not going to tell me anything about Doc that's going to change my mind about him because to me, he's already fired, right? So it's like how many times? Like I'm going to kill a dead body over and over again. But one person
Dr. Smith, Dr.
that
Smith, Dr. Smith. I remember you said, I remember exactly you said a week before, you said he ain't getting on the bus. And what happened? He didn't get on
what
the
say
bus.
again?
He didn't get on the bus.
What? I'm
He
sorry,
got
I didn't hear.
fired, man. He talking about you let him go. No, you got fired, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, get him out of here. But see, my thing is with that is I mean, he's super fired. Whether he wanted to step down or not, it doesn't really right. You're
Right.
fired, right? But my problem is that there were other people involved in that murder too, right? You were a GM and you saw this going on. You, sir, GM John Horst, need to be relieved of command. That's an organizational failure,
Mm-hmm.
right? The military,
Absolutely.
you got like a commanding officer that allowed a whole bunch of stuff to go on at your station that you run, your chiefs, your lieutenants, whomever under you. It's not just them that are going to go to the brig. Who is the CO that let this go on for all
Right.
that time? What is your job? Explain to me why you deserve to keep it. You have certain responsibilities too. Like you can't just be active during the draft and in the off season when it
Mm-hmm.
comes to acquiring talent. You're supposed to manage the people under the building. Yes,
Facts.
coaches coach, players play, but if you see this stuff going on and the friction that it's causing and you're the one that has the power to stop it, Doc Rivers couldn't do that on his own. Yes, he makes money, but you can't install anything in that facility without someone say so,
Right.
right?
90
You
grand
can't
for
just
a
do that on
video
your
game
own.
is crazy.
So who okayed that?
Okay.
And it's causing this kind of friction. Was there a team meeting? Did everyone come to the consensus that this is what they wanted? If this wasn't a common consensus, then take it out and
Right.
you pull that coach behind closed doors. No, sir, you don't make unilateral decisions when it comes to the finances of this company. This is not your building. You
Right.
work here. Like I don't even own this
You work
building. The
here. It's
owner
hilarious.
does. Like you just work here.
You
Like why
work
don't you
here.
just like what do you and if we have
But
to tell you that again, then you're out. Because you barely have a job as it is. Like I'm looking at the product. You have to do a lot to convince me for you to stay in the job when we're losing 30 games by 30 or more points. But that golf simulator though. Like what like I don't he's super fired. But the GM needed to go too. This is like
Mm-hmm.
Bshack said, this is when you perform the autopsy of how this happened.
You got to
It's
go
going
to
to
the
be
art.
extensive. It's enough to have a book, but in a weird way, I'm happy that it happened because now you have all of the information, all of those data points that you can use so that you never make those types of mistakes again. I think we know in theory what happens when you give a player too much power. You know
Mm-hmm.
how badly it can go wrong. But unless it's happened in your team recently, you kind of drift away from that being like a sticking point. Well, it just recently happened. So anytime someone starts getting too big for their britches or whatever, you know what? Bill Belichick time. No one is above the team.
Right.
You say
so
what? You want more money? Trade him out the door. Randy
so
Moss.
how's Horace allowed to keep his job
That's an owner thing.
with this going on? Look, could you imagine Eric
Yeah.
Spoelstra doing this under Pat Riley's nose?
No,
And
absolutely not.
in case anyone doesn't understand, a golf simulator can be as huge as a room almost.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you stand on a green and you have a big giant screen that looks like a golf course and you're hitting the ball against the wall, but the picture makes it look like the ball is flying in the air like in real
Yeah,
life.
I've seen it.
And it gives you all your scores, all your speed, all your feedback on your swing. And literally it's something that you have to be seriously into golf. It's something that you build when you want to go to the course, but you can't. So you play around in the simulator, which let me know that you're in the basketball facility, not thinking about basketball. You're thinking about, I want to be on the golf course, but I can't go to the golf course. So I want to, because it's going to take me too long to drive there and drive back. So I'm going to just spend my time in here instead of watching film, instead of connecting with my players, instead of trying to get this team out of the pit that it's in. I'm worried about my golf swing, my grip, my takeaway, my the face of my irons. This is what you're thinking about. You're thinking about how to correct your slice and your hook instead of how to get your team to run a decent pick and roll. Instead of how getting your defensive scheme. It's I don't understand why the owners didn't just clean house, man.
I
I
think
don't
it was the
Because
money. I
understand
think
it.
it was the money. How much they
It was
owed him.
that's on that one.
I also think, like, like a good owner, to me, the good owners don't, like, they're not like micro managers, right? What you want to do is you want to, like, establish something where I don't have to come in every 5 minutes, because if I have to do that, instead of just cutting a check, right? If I'm Jerry Jones in it back in the day, where I can't stop making organizational decisions, then that's also going to lead to failure. You're supposed to be able to trust your people to do that. The problem is that we know now that he shouldn't have trusted those people to do it. So that's one of those things where if I'm the owner, the first and last message, if I have to come to this facility and lay down law, you're all fired, right? I shouldn't have to say these things. You shouldn't see me. I'm the captain of the ship, right?
Right.
This military installation is run by a lieutenant. But if the captain has to come in, you're all fired. Just know that. You're never supposed to see me. And that's what it got to. It got to the point where the captain had to come to the facility, right? I don't even really care about the golf simulator itself so much as that it's a symbol, right? If the golf simulator were agreed upon by the players, then I wouldn't mind, because I do think that people need to be able to decompress, right? If everyone agreed on it. But that's the problem, is that what you're saying is that they didn't agree on it. They didn't want it. So this isn't so for me, it doesn't matter what it was. If it costed money and the majority of the people didn't want it, then you don't get to keep it, because you don't own this building. That kind of stuff you do in your house. And you got all the money in the world to build a golf simulator at your crib, in your basement. You could drive your wife and children crazy with that over there. But here, in a common space where other people share this space with you, that is a vote. Like, do y'all want this in here?
Right.
And if you do, then understand that when it's time to do business, we're doing business.
Right.
When you want to goof off and play around and there is time to do that, you want the golf simulator? Fine, so be it. That's human resources. Just make sure that it matches all the money that we have, that we can allot for this or whatever. But not on some, I showed up Tuesday and I'm walking through the space and I had to duck because there was a golf ball flying by me. That isn't even in the building. What are we doing? You know what I mean?
We're
Like
talking about golf games right now, man. We're talking about
I guarantee, I can't say when, there will be a 30 for 30 on this Bucks era, from the Dame, the Giannis leaving, Doc Rivers. There has to be a 30 for. I think there's stuff that we still don't know that's even more crazy. I believe that wholeheartedly. 1 second here. This is a shout out. Appreciate that. Damn, I can't even say the name, bro. I don't know. I'm gonna say 3797. Appreciate the $5 super chat. The fact that you all can go 2+ hours of Bucks Talk 626 earns you some cheese. Doc sucks. Hold on 1 second. He said Doc sucks. Giannis was soft mentally. The future is bright. Salute. Hey, you gonna have to put how to say your name phonetically in the chat or something. But I like the throwback Packers thumbnail there. I like that. I like that.
I was just about to say, I think in his name and some of the Packer content creators.
Hey, Packers is coming back too, bro. We just been cooking on this Bucks talk, but the Packers is coming. It's just the Bucks has been so crazy. Obviously, we're on the front page of all media, so we got to chop it up. But don't worry, Packers talk coming soon.
Did y'all see in the press conference introducing the draft picks? Then when they went to the press for the questions, and he said, Jim Ozarski from the Milwaukee Journal. Did y'all see the look on John Horse's face when he looked at? I never saw John Horse give someone a death stare like that.
I heard about it, see it though.
He looked at him like he could choke him to death.
You should have choked Doc.
He exposed everything because he exposed everything.
Yeah, he exposed everything. That's a fact.
Everything.
I don't care nothing about that. Like what you like? I don't care about your screw face. I'm too Queens for that, bro. Did you let this stuff go on in your building? I don't know who you like mean mugging right. You did that. You did you, sir. You did that. You big soft dummy
Dr. Smith, I got you right here. I have to know about you, your family, and the Knicks. I got to hear.
Do you really want to hear the story?
About what you went through?
That was a whole episode. Do you really want to hear that? That's probably why I'm on.
Yeah.
So, of course. So first of all, right, the Knicks celebration was bigger than any basketball celebration that the NBA's had for a champion in ever, right? What you expect, right? You gotta know, like, about New York people is that they're and I'm of this. I still consider myself a part of that as well, right? We're real arrogant and sedity about basketball. We feel real arrogant and sedity about a lot of things, right? Like you'll get, for example, New York people from the boroughs that don't even consider people outside of the boroughs from New York. Like you might be like from upstate. Somebody tell you, oh, where you from? You from New York? Yeah. Where you from? I'm from Hudson Valley. Hudson Valley? Like they don't even like Hudson. You ain't from New York, man. You from over there somewhere. Like you know what I mean? And I love them. You love us or whatever. It's like part of our charm, right? So it's definitely like that when it comes to basketball. You can't trip and fall anywhere in New York without hitting like 3 basketball courts on the way to the ground, right? So it's like it's been difficult for like New York people for years to have like, for example, the most famous playground in the country in Rucker Park, and we put out some of the best basketball players, like homegrown basketball players, point guards, you name it. Right? We can go on forever, and all the people that come out of the city, but our actual the team itself has been a punching bag for years. Like the last time that people could really be proud of the Knicks actually winning was before many of us were born. You know what I mean? So when it happened, it was like a craze. Like there were people crying in the street. It was a craze. They had watch parties in every borough of the city. There hasn't been that much unity in the city, and I can't remember how long, where people are going from watch party to watch party. You in a watch party in Brooklyn, you catch the train to go uptown to another watch party and get there before the game is off. Like you going on the BQE to get to Queens to get to another watch party. Like people were just like super united, and the team was invincible. Nobody was beating that Knicks team. Like you up by 29 points and you lose that game. Oh, you couldn't tell them nothing.
Right.
So along comes Doc Smith, former New York Knicks fan, right? Now current Bucks fan. The Bucks are going through all of this turmoil. The Knicks fans are the best champion as far as storyline that we've seen in years. I think I'm still getting text messages today about that. Like people like just dunking on me. Right. Right. I got cousins that I don't even know that I only ever saw at family reunions. People like, how did you get this number? Like, how are we related again? And people just like, yo, you know what I mean? Just, and you got to take it. You got to eat that.
I respect you taking it on the chin, though. That's all right.
I got a choice, right? Because that's the other thing is we don't care about your feelings. But you over there crying, oh, we laugh, we're going to clown harder or whatever.
Oh man,
you're just gonna have to take it. We're gonna burn you to death. Like what? So I'm proud of them for the team that they put together, and for us, it's about having a common sense approach to basketball that we've apparently lost, and so that we can get back to that point. Because Newburgh, yes sir, salute. We got upstate people in the house.
Right, shout out to the upstate. I mean? Right.
But that's what I'm saying. Upstate. Like we have to get back to the point where we can compete with that. Because right now the Knicks would beat us by like 60 points, even with Giannis. Because and it shouldn't be that. The disparity between the teams shouldn't be that. But they are super unified. They know exactly what they're supposed to be doing. They play without having like it's not mechanical anymore. Right. They've arrived to that rare space where it's just unspoken communication. When it's time for Jalen Brunson to take over a game, he does so without ego. Like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? And everyone just assumes the position. That's a rare place to get to. The Pacers, the year before, even when they lost to OKC, had arrived to that rare place where it's just unspoken communication. The ball zipping around the perimeter, everyone knowing what it is they're supposed to be doing. OKC, San Antonio, all of these teams are teams that I have become jealous of because we get in the games. And once again, Ryan Rollins is driving the ball in the dead end alleys. I don't know what to do. That's a young talent that we're supposed to be developing, and the brother out there does not know what to do. Why doesn't he know what to do? Because we got golf simulators in the facility that
this is never gonna get old with this golf center. I just want y'all to know this will be a running joke. This will be a running joke for quite some time. That's actually shocking and amazing that he did that.
So I just want to know why would anybody, Mr. Dr. Smith, why would anybody? Now you know the city, I know the city. I'm from the Bronx. You from Queens or Brooklyn?
I'm from Queens.
Listen, why would anybody walk around on the streets of New York with a San Antonio jersey? You're literally risking your life.
Oh yeah,
I saw the cops have to hold a guy back, a white guy back. He was like, take that jersey off. You ain't in San Antonio, take it off. I mean, he was really upset. I couldn't believe it.
Like, you saw those? Did you see like the people who were getting attacked? It wasn't even the hood that was doing that. These were like some randoms who were doing that to San Antonio. Spurs, like, so they weren't even in the areas where you like, yeah, yo, you bugging. Why are you doing that, right? But like, it's not like, for example, they weren't going like uptown up to like 125th doing that. You just, what are you doing? Like, why are you, like, you know what I mean? Like, they were like on Madison Avenue doing that. You weren't even safe over there. Like,
but you know, I'm happy New York got a chip though, to be honest, because we went through that. And it was good to see New York win a chip, to be honest. I'm happy. They deserved it.
It's cathartic. Yeah. And you have, like, that's the other thing. Like, the other teams have done it. The Giants went and, like, slayed the Giant, like, the monster. Like, the Giants who beat the undefeated Patriots. That was another time. I remember when that game happened, for example, I was in New York. The night of the game, I was in Jersey, and I was watching the game. When they won, I kid you not, I was close enough. I don't know how much of the geography you know, right? Bshack, you know, in Jersey City, you got to catch the path over to Manhattan or whatever. So you're close enough that you can almost walk to the city. If there were like a bridge, you could walk over, right? You could hear it. You can hear it. Like when the game won, when Plaxico Burress caught that touchdown, I heard the response. I'm outside and you can hear the city.
That's crazy.
I don't know, like you can hear, like, you can hear it. I wasn't in New York. I was in Jersey, but close enough apparently that I could hear the city. It was even worse when New York, when that final thing went up, and you saw these watch parties. These individual watch parties got like thousands of people at each one. They had one out in Brooklyn. It's like 5, 6, 7,000 people out there in the
Jesus
streets, right?
Keepers.
Like 5, 6, 7,000 people out there by Queensbridge. 5, 6, 7,000 people out by obviously in Manhattan where it happened. Up in the Bronx, right? Where's that place? With not Co-op City. Uh, Polo
Rochester,
Grounds. Polo Grounds. 5, 6,
Polo
seven
Grounds.
thousand people out there in like thousands of people in multiple. It was bananas, right? They shooting rap videos the day of, like you know what I mean? You know what I'm
That's
saying?
enough.
They were bugging. Like it's a good time. Like Jose Alvarado went straight from the game. That's the other thing. Puerto Rican Day Parade was the very next day. The
Oh
timing could not be
man.
more perfect, right? Jose Alvarado, king of the city now at this point, because he's actually from New
Right.
York. He's from Brooklyn. He don't just play there. There are people who are like, I remember you from PS1 something. Like he's from there. He went back. He maybe had 20 minutes of sleep. This dude is immediately on a float, going through Brooklyn, bottle of Hennessy in his hand. He's barely awake, but he's receiving all of the love or whatever. Because like that's the first thing that he did is he went and got a Puerto Rican flag and was like running through like the San Antonio crowd. Again, I'm no longer a fan. I got married to the Bucks. The Bucks are my team, but it was cool to see
Yeah, agreed.
from a distance. You know what I
No,
mean?
no,
It
I
was
agree, and I think it was well deserved, definitely. But we gonna get last words. We gonna start with Bshack. Go ahead, Bshack. We gonna end with you, Dr. Smith. On you, Bshack.
Well, you know, just one last word about that. I don't care how good Jalen Brunson is. I don't care where they put him on the top of the Knicks, whatever pantheon of players. He will never, ever in New York top Derek Jeter. That will never happen. Derek
Okay.
Jeter is the king of New York, the king.
uh, I'll get
Don't
back to
don't
that.
forget the respect commercials and all that type of stuff. Nah, man. Back to the Bucks. Back to the Bucks. Um, I think we have a big, huge reason to be excited about turning the page. You've got some good young players, man, and we have a great young coach, new coach. Um, the training system they're going to use, which is a full simulation system to put them in real live situations, everything with crowd noise and playing through mistakes. They're really gonna. It's gonna be really something to behold because they have a chance to really, since there are no expectations, they have a huge opportunity to exceed expectations next year. And I think that's how we should really be looking at it. And they have a lot of decisions to make over the next few weeks, though, as far as who to move and um, but it's going to come clear. I think the summer league start.
Soon.
Uh,
Next weekend.
Next weekend. Yep.
yeah, I think
Okay,
I want to be glued to that, man.
Mm-hmm.
right,
So,
facts,
I want to
facts.
see these guys.
All
So we got something to be excited about for the summer, but I will be getting the Giannis Heat merch. I'm just telling y'all, don't be
Oh,
upset at
same.
me.
Yeah, we got he. Hey, that's our favorite player too. So
And
it
yeah,
is what it
and I
is.
and I
love it.
Yeah.
guarantee you one thing. Like I told y'all before, the only place you can find Giannis freaks, immortalities now down here were in dicks. That's about to change.
Everything about to change now for Giannis.
Is about to change. So we'll see.
Appreciate you, Bshack. On you, Bleacher.
Um, like Bshack been been saying, I'm happy about this roster. I've been gloom and gloom the last couple of days, but now like a new beginning. And I know Jeff's probably not going to probably come back in this chat because he's been, oh, I don't want to talk about it no more. And like I want to understand for some of these fans that's Giannis fans. Like, look, had this happen with Packers with Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers. This has to be a point where you have to question yourself, like, okay, do I want to stick with this, or I want to just, or I'm just a fan of a player. It's been crossroads for years. I miss Ray. When Ray Allen got traded, I was so upset that they traded Ray Allen. But yeah, I asked myself my question. Like, I'm still a Bucks fan. I'm like, yeah, I've been growing up. They, it has. You can't be too in love with players, but we love Giannis. But we cannot be too in love to get these other guys a chance.
Right.
Get these guys a chance. It doesn't. I see so much potential in these guys, especially the players from Miami. I mean,
Yeah, we
it's
just
something.
gotta have some optimism. Let's see what happens. Let's see what
Yeah.
happens in summer league. Get some optimism. We'll definitely be covering that. But I'm with you though, Bleacher. Like, let's have some positivity. It's already happened. It's over. We got what we got. Let's see what happens. I'm with you. I'm with you, Bleacher.
Yeah, I just want this team just to worry about the future and see what we're gonna do with and give these guys some love, man. I'm telling, if we give them the loyalty we gave Giannis, I'm telling you, these players will play even harder for us. I'm
All right.
telling you right now, they'll play even harder for us because they get that love that we gave Giannis. I'm telling you,
No, I agree
they.
with you. I agree with you.
So
I
that's
agree.
all I
I'm
got.
just hyped. I'm hyped with the just that we're going with the youth movement and we're really standing on it and the direction with the coach. I think we needed this change. Like there was too much dissension in the ranks. Like this was a lot of foolishness going on. But on you, Dr. Smith. My bad.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, just to answer, like, Ninth Innings in the chat. Yeah. Real quick before I say like my statement.
Right.
Definitely happy for the Knicks, just because again I know what it's like to be a fan of an organization where it takes forever. I'm gonna feel like that about the Packers when we eventually get back to the Super Bowl,
Right.
just because it's years since we've done that. Right. It's
Right.
cathartic. We're not Kansas City, like, who gets apparently to the championship every 5 minutes. We're not New England, right? So like it makes you value it more, right? As far as the Bucks, yeah, best case scenario obviously would have been if we were able to maintain some sort of dignity and respect and self-control if Giannis was still here, but that didn't happen, and it is what it is, right? So the silver lining around that cloud is that the spell is now broken, right? You have enough information now to realize what it is you did wrong, so that if ever we do get an opportunity to have a megastar, and who knows, you might grow a megastar, right? Braden Burries in 3 or 4 years' time, we might be talking about him in a completely different light, right? We will have mega talent on this team again. You have information now right at your fingertips to use as a reference point for how to go about this. It shouldn't just be Heat culture. It shouldn't just be Coach Spoelstra, right? It shouldn't just be like the discipline that you're expected to have in Boston, although even that is starting to get sideways with Jaylen Brown or whatever. But like these teams that are looked at as like these hubs of discipline where it's culture first and we respect them. It shouldn't just be those places. It should be Milwaukee as well. And if we lost our way, then this is the result of us losing our way. And we're never going to do that again. No man, I don't care, even Giannis, the organizational greatest player ever, no man is above City Hall. No man is above the team, because when we do start to put one player above the team like that, even really, really good people, great people, grounded people can start to lose their way a little bit. I'm not even saying that's what happened with Giannis, because I've never had a conversation with him to see just how wow he was getting. He clearly didn't have someone reining him in if he was starting to get wow. But whatever. From this point forward, no one is above that. Randy Moss went to Bill Belichick and said, I want more money. Randy Moss at that point could have made an argument for being like the second greatest wide receiver ever. 10 minutes later, Randy Moss was traded. Like, there's some people who just don't play that. Like, you know what I mean? I'm the coach. You play. You don't like it. We'll talk to you later. And that comes from building culture. So now that the spell is broken, we get an opportunity to go back and do this the way that we should have been doing it before. Spring cleaning time. And I didn't even know that. I'm glad you guys told me that the summer league was starting, because I'm expecting all of our team to be over there.
Yes, facts.
Right? All of you are over there. I don't know, like, you're not Giannis, you're not Bobby Portis, you're not Chris Middleton. Every one of you will be reporting on that game.
Right.
All you got
know what I mean? I want to see all of you. Braden Burries, Vent, what is his last name? I'm sorry, I keep our 13th overall pick.
Ament. Nate Ament.
Ament. The only person I'm not expecting to see is the dude that we did get from Australia, because I think that's going to be more like a draft and stash play.
Yeah,
right.
I agree.
But the players that I don't expect to see there are the players who I don't expect to see here in Milwaukee when the season starts. I expect Miles Turner to be moved. I expect Kyle Kuzma to be moved. I expect Taurean Prince to not be here. I don't expect Tyler Hero to be here, to be honest with you. I wouldn't be mad if we kept him. It's just that they need to figure that out, because there's a traffic jam. And I'm going to leave with this. Y'all, we have a true point guard. I'm just telling you that now. You need to get excited about that. We have a true point guard. Give the ball to that young brother's hands and watch him flower into the player. I'm telling you, I see something in him. I'm telling you, it's there. Miami did not want to let him go, because Miami was on the verge of turning it up, and they were gonna be talking about him in Miami. We're gonna be talking about him there, which is what's supposed to happen. If we give you our greatest player ever, then I want everything that you had going on.
Right, everything you had going on. Everything. Right. That is hilarious, right?
You know,
all the spoils.
All spoils.
If we're gonna give you
everything, right? I want everything you got going on.
Give it, just back up the Brinks truck and dump it off. If we're gonna do that, like, if that's gonna be the swap out, right? So I want everything, and they had something with him. I actually really like the small forward that we picked up, Jaime Jaquez. I like him.
Yeah.
Right. He's got some Chris Middleton to him.
Right.
He can create. He's good with the handles. He's good with his decision making. He can do that from the 3 position. I like him. I'm not opposed to Tyler Hero. He doesn't match timelines, and again, there is a bit of a traffic jam at that position, and I would prefer, if you're not going to be here and we got to pay you next summer, I want to give that time to the other guys and bring them all up together, right? I want them to be my Christian Watson and Jaden Reed and Tucker Kraft. That's what I want from these guys. All of them at the same time.
Yeah.
All of them at the same time. But anyway, fellas.
This was another. Hey, we've been cracking. Almost at 3-hour mark here, y'all. Appreciate y'all tapping in. That's what happened when we be getting it in. Y'all don't even be seeing it. Like, we really be getting it in. And I want to also salute to the panel, but also salute all the new people that's been in the chat. I've noticed over the last couple it's been a lot of new faces in the chat. I keep telling y'all, we running these numbers up. People are starting to pay attention to what we got going on over here. And I just want y'all to know this is an open community to everyone. And if you see in the chat, we go back and forth. It's very respectful. There is no YN energy whatsoever in this community whatsoever. This is for mature adults. We debate. We don't always agree, but we are very respectful here. We talk about Bucks, regular NBA stuff. We get into the Packers. So subscribe. I guarantee it'll be worth your time. Y'all been tapped in this whole 3 hours. No joke. I done see like damn near 100 people been here most of the time till we got to about now. So I just want to appreciate the support, and we really doing our thing, y'all. So collectively to everyone, salute. Appreciate y'all. Bshack, hey, Bleacher. Go ahead, Dashman. Go ahead.
Real quick, just wanted to answer or ask the panel this. Robert Brooks, I think he asked a good question. Like some of these guys that were like singular pieces, one-offs, the AJ Greens of the world. What happens to them? Like, so he had asked, what are we going to do with AJ Green? There isn't no Giannis space for now.
He gotta
Honestly,
go.
I don't think we retain AJ Green.
Yep.
I don't think we retain.
I saw that real quick. As soon as he was talking about Rod and see Bshack, like.
I don't think we keep him. Salute to him.
Right.
He seems like a good dude, right? I want to do something better with my fans this year. Like, I don't want to jump on players and it sound personal or whatever. I don't want to do that. Right? But he seems like a good dude, but he's too one-dimensional.
Right.
And gotta go. That's the other thing that we're pulling away from. This that I'm excited about is, I hate the term, you guys know at this point, I hate the term two-way player, two-way team. It's a two-way sport, right? You're either a player or you're not a player. That being said, that's the focus, is that this is going to be fully a two-way team. This is why I don't know about Tyler Hero. Right. You don't play D.
He got to go for picks. He got to go for picks. That's my opinion. So we're going to see what happens. But appreciate y'all tapping in. Damn, another classic live. This is a good one.
Salute, y'all.
We on a streak. Let's go. All right, Bshack, Bleacher, Dr. Sid, appreciate y'all. All right. Damn, yeah, absolutely. Damn, we've been getting it in. Salute to friends and family. Bucks Nation, what's good, y'all? We keeping this Bucks talk lit. Damn, we keeping it lit. Salute, friends and family. Get my man super chat. Salute, appreciate the $5 super chat. Tip, as an old-time Buck fan, I have some Abdul-Jabbar Laker memorabilia. It isn't worth it. It's all in the attic, and in the end, it's all about the Bucks. Facts! That's it. You can support other players, but at the end, hey, it's Bucks for life. That's just what it is. Appreciate you tapping in. Appreciate the super chats and all the communication back and forth. We gonna keep getting it in. We'll start talking about the Bucks Summer League once that kicks off. We'll also be talking about Packers coming soon, and we might throw in a little Brewers depending on the availability of Bleacher and Amtrak's, because those are like the baseball just gurus. So we'll see what happens, y'all. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. Please make sure you hit the like button, comment, like, subscribe, and share. This is the most electrifying content on YouTube. Y'all know how we do it. Friends and family, queens of the chat, channel members. Y'all know what it is. Gone. Man, we really getting it. We activated right now. Shout out. Friends and families activated. Go.